And then everyone can say hello to Sash.
Hello, Sash.
Hello,
Hello
Sash.
to Sash.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Sash. I'd like to dedicate this particular episode to all the giants listening to this episode. If you are a giant, then this is an episode for you. Now, as I recall, and I may recall incorrectly, I have a habit of doing so, but as I recall, we've solved all the problems in the world, almost, just about. We've vanquished all of the giants. The hill giants have been defeated, the frost giants scattered, the fire giants thwarted, the cloud giants ignored, and now the storm giants are seeking our help. They, Queen Zora? Is that right? Zona. Queen Zona. It's Princess Zona. Princess Zona Sarissa has asked us to find a way to raise her dead mother from the grave. They have her body in the tomb, so accessing the body is not an issue. And also to solve the mystery of what happened to her father. She still doesn't know if he lives or is dead, but she's given you a clue, a wooden poker chip, a gambling chip from a venue that you are already intimately familiar with. For not only did you gamble there, but you also got into a bit of a scrap with a baby Kracking while you were in the neighborhood. So, I believe the last episode probably ended with us leaving that area, or maybe we didn't teleport away. So I'll turn it over to you now to decide whether or not you want to keep asking her questions, if there's anything that you think that you might require from her, or if you're satisfied with what you've achieved among the storm giants, and if you allow her to teleport you away back to presumably Zymorvan Hall, at which you can begin plotting your next move. So what shall it be? Is there anything you require from the storm giants, or do you know where you're going to next?
I think we got everything we needed to out of the Storm Giants, didn't we?
I believe so. Unless Prophet maybe wants to poke and ask a few more questions. Roz
And if
is
they want to give
happy.
us some cool free stuff, probably not though.
Probably not.
Maybe the mama, but until then, probably not.
Yes. We shall see. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much chill.
All right. Then we are very much at the business end of things. First things first, do we have any way of bringing Queen Nerissa back from the dead?
We could get our hands on a scroll of true resurrection, like it is possible. We just need to find it.
I think she gave you the money for it, didn't she?
She gave us the treasure that she had on her person, and
it was
I
like
forgot to ask.
30,000.
You didn't give us a price.
That I have just off the top of my head. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, 30,000. I think is how much you. That's what's I usually trust my first instinct, and that
Cool.
sounds about right.
Because let's get the spell scroll costs.
Oh, the jewel. Oh, are we talking about the jewelry?
Yeah.
Because I calculated some of the party gold that we like, the stuff in the party that we have, and there's like 3 items worth 30,000 right there that we don't really need and are not going to use. So we could literally liquidate those, buy the scroll, and then give her the jewelry back. Because it's probably going to be something like, "Oh, that was my mother's jewelry. Thank you for returning it to me."
So from the prices in what we have, a scroll of true resurrection would cost 28,825 gold. But a person that can create a scroll of true resurrection can just say any number they want. So I'm just saying, this is the number I am predicting, but we could get that. He could say 200,000 gold. And there's going to be like 2 people in the world who can cast true resurrection.
I'll go and kill this penny-ass dragon that I've had to deal with for years.
I like killing dragons.
So I suppose the first thing we should do is, how are we going to go about finding like 17th level clerics and druids, like get this scroll from?
that god that we spoke to and he like tried to ruin our carnival? What's his?
Larlock.
Larlock.
He can't.
Yeah,
move
that was
us.
my plan too.
As
Let's
far
ask
as-
Larlock. He probably
Would
knows
the-
someone.
I wouldn't
Aradel
trust
know
Larlock.
any high level clerics because you're you're a cleric boy. You got trained by them. You have higher ups. I'm assuming.
I think
Is
I've
that-
far surpassed.
Is that Silver Dragon that we met? That's like the leader of some sort of thing. What was that in this campaign? He's like up here
There's
or
a
something.
silver dragon from Mithril Hall.
Yeah, but then there's a Platinum Dragon. Sorry, is it?
That's
That's a
Bahamut.
god.
No, all right,
I mean,
all right. So there's
I-
probably
there's
thinking
one
of
dragon
Clan.
that I'm trying to think like it controls some sort of knight order or some shit, right?
I mean, I suppose we could ask Bahamut, but I don't think 30,000 gold is what you'd ask for.
He said, "Go kill Tiamat again."
I have this memory of two of our characters going to meet a silver dragon for
That
some
was in a
reason.
different campaign.
That was in a different campaign. Yep, that makes sense. That was in the that was in the previous Friday campaign that I was in, wasn't it?
Yep.
Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Was that Rise of Tiamat game?
Twas
Yeah, when I was in that one,
a 5-year gap.
two of the characters went and met with a silver
did too.
dragon.
Yeah, that's right. They ended up going all the way back up there in a different place, but they had a big meeting with those dragons. Had a big chit chat.
Has
Yeah.
Iglis walked just gone back to his homeland, or is he coming back? Just out of curiosity.
It's a great
Yes.
question.
He's dealing with
what do you
magical
think?
stuff.
What do we think of the Iglis squad have done?
He brought his wife to Symorvan Hall, didn't he?
I mean, I'm just
He's
curious.
practicing
As in,
on
tried.
lacking.
Oh,
no, I'm
that's
just
right.
curious. Will he be coming back to the session to join us here, or is he has he left the game?
Oh, he's yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my!
he won't.
Arctic, can I plead with you here? The staff. I made it. Listen, he used it once, right? And then he's
Yeah.
just vanished. Can I please get the staff back? It is a $90,000 worth staff, and
Like
Absolutely.
dollars.
Smart.
We slay
He,
Aglis and take his junk.
His
jokes.
wife divorces him up in Mirabar. She files for divorce. And when she files for divorce, he's like, she is not getting this fucking staff role. She is not getting half of my staff. And,
You know what?
and so he gives it to you as a gift so that it's out of the lawyer's hands.
Oh, thank you, Iglis. Anything you need, just come on back here and I'll help you out with it.
Dwarf lawyer.
Best of luck to you.
Like, Reese comes back like you're divorced.
I might have to sleep on your couch sometime soon, Rose.
I don't mind. You'll fit easy.
She's taking me home, she has.
She'll probably take more than that too.
Can you tell me what's the similarity between an earthquake, a fire, a flood, and your wife?
What do you reckon?
Your house in the end, my friend. One of them will get your house in the end.
Well, your new best friend is probably going to be a lot of grog, mate.
In his adventures, since he's been away from the party, he has managed to acquire a flask of eternal rum, and so he's basically always drunk now.
This is not a
Cool,
flask of
cool.
eternal opium.
Oh god.
I guess so. He wouldn't have bothered coming to say hello if it was.
Alright.
It's Grady. He's not even online.
Uh-oh. Did
No,
he say
Livy.
it's coming late? No, he hasn't said anything yet. Alright. We probably get teleported back to Zymorvan, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Very nice.
Well, Aradel and Prophet, listen, the staff here, Eagles used it once, and it's very valuable to me, and I would like to pass it on to what he used to, or anyone here who would like to use the staff.
Well, I wouldn't mind the staff.
I don't want you to have it. What?
Why can't I have it?
Listen,
This is bullshit.
What if I'm a great mage?
Be good for bonking them.
it's a big what if, Wild. It's a really big what if.
This is bullshit.
Why can't you use it?
What? Well, because
Give it to
here-
Loro.
What does the staff do?
Well, it has 8 charges. It costs 3. It has haste in it, which costs 3 charges. Has fly in it, which costs 3 charges, and misty step, which costs 2.
Oh, like my hammer.
It's a really cool staff.
Be very useful for me.
This is a really cool hammer.
Well, Prophet, I'll be happy to give it to you, mate. I feel like you'll use it well.
I can't tell if it's Luro or the antihistamine.
That's how she gets into the Luros, though.
Yes, staff of haste, is it called? Or do you have a fancy name for it?
Did we get a fancy name for it?
Speedy boy
Yeah.
stuff.
It was like traveler's staff or something.
Yeah, I think it's just a traveler's staff. It has a photo too. I'll find the photo somewhere here.
That's the one with like the dragon wings, right?
Yeah, the owl on top
Dragon
of
owl.
Yeah.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
think it's going to be more useful than the staff of wonder.
I wonder what it does.
I mean, the staff doesn't even know what it does. It does random effects. I've used it 3 times, and one of those times I stunned myself for a round.
Useful.
Staff of Wonder. What items do we have that we're just not using? Like those shards or whatever?
Well,
The runes.
what do I have in my bag?
What do you have in your bag?
I have boots of striding and springing,
I
unless
think
we sold them.
I'll unattune from the ring of protection to use the traveler stuff.
Sweet.
Wonderful. Rare. It's like an owl with bat wings.
There you go, Prophet.
It's like an owl out of hell.
Right.
And he'll use it as a walking stick as well. Like this is useful.
Aww,
What?
that's cute. I imagine the stick's taller than him too. Like it's huge.
In his old age, he's
Yeah,
gotten
it
a
probably,
little bit
like,
of back pain.
Maybe I'm thinking it's larger than it is, but the way I'm thinking is it like where the tail part is where like where Prophet's head would be, like as he's walking along with it.
Yeah,
I
probably around
imagine
there.
it's like one of those Harry Potter staffs, how they like release it and it just stays there, standing, due to magic.
Hmm.
Cannot be knocked down.
Yeah, in terms of magic items, I think we actually have either sold quite a bit of our ones we've gotten, or have just, are using them.
Haste, fly, and misty step. Like
Yes, haste, fly, and misty step. Haste 3 charges, fly 3 charges, misty step is 2.
What's the magic item list? Is it the same magic item list?
I got the link if you want it, partner.
Yeah, please.
But nah.
Parana.
I just gotta find where I put it.
and I'm just trying to formulate like questions. Like the Are Livy Evil questions. I'm getting more specific with them.
Thank you.
What's this? Sorry.
We're gonna pinpoint that he's evil in some way soon.
All right. Okay. When we're in Zymorvan, can we? Who can your wizards cast sending to?
People they have met.
I'm assuming they're
I
nobodies.
can also cast sending. What do we-
Yeah.
Raven, the Kenku wizard is important to me. He's somebody.
Maybe.
Surely there's a big temple or church in Silvery Moon where they know someone who's stronger than you.
We can talk to Rana. She might know someone. She owns a magic item shop.
Yeah. He's got to talk to people. You know.
You could contact the outer planes.
Who can we buy a scroll of
I want
true resurrection
give me the
from?
name of a level 17 cleric / druid / sorcerer, divine
It's just-
soul.
Imagine using contact other plane as Google.
How to spell broccoli.
How to install a cabinet in your house.
And just like
IKEA instructions.
one of the great old ones appears before you and smites you for wasting his time.
How do I replace the batteries in my flying machine?
Need replacement screw. One was missing in the IKEA box. And they're like, that's not even a question.
Do my friends still like me?
No. It's like you have no friends.
Alright. Can how many days do we have? Wait, how many days do we want to spend? Does anyone got anything to do, or do we want to just manually go places and ask if they've got scrolls, or do we want to go straight to Yata?
Well, Roz is down on a magic item, so.
Wild's also down on a magic item, technically.
Well,
What do you mean?
give me the iron thing.
Yeah, I'll give you
it.
the Iona Tune. Fine, take it. Give you
Do
the,
you
the,
wanna
the-
know
the-
Give it to you anyway.
what is it? The fucking ingot of the Skuldrun. It doesn't really do anything for him.
Gives them
You know,
plus one
apart from
AC,
apart from +1 AC.
and you can use that cool bonus action thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that though.
Why not? That's rude.
Fuck you.
Don't worry, I will. I think it's very fitting for Roz.
It's because you don't have enough HP. Wild. You're a bit too squishy there, huh?
You just need to cast the aid spell.
The
Cast
AIDS spell?
AIDS.
Cast AIDS.
We need to buy another bowl.
Huh?
Another bowl for Heroes Feast. For I wasted it
Oh, we
in
did
preparation.
Oh, yeah,
I
'cause
feel like
we discovered Immelith. She teleports. She used the legendary reaction to teleport away.
legendary action, impossible teleport.
Lame.
Legendary action attuned to item.
Yes. Or maybe it's just you don't need to tune to it, and it's just the most powerful item in the world.
Yeah,
You don't know what happened.
it's not the most powerful item in the world.
Yeah. Look at the stats. What are you doing? You can't. You're not supposed to see that.
I don't see the stats. I'm just guessing
There
that's
you
not
go.
the most. Because you said it was like the dwarves used to just have it for all their kings, sort of deal.
I'm not answering this question.
He said that.
No, he said that there was.
It used to be
12?
the dwarves.
Yeah, they made it, and each of their like top brass had a cool staff.
It's very rude of the giants to bag on every small race, saying that they're shit craftsmen, and then they go and steal the dwarf stuff. They're like, this is mine now.
The smallest of the people.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a nice chair. I think I'll take that. and
Yeah,
claim
they're
it as
like,
my
But
own.
why did the dwarves make a chair large enough for the largest giants to
It
sit
probably changes sizes.
Yeah, they had to magically alter it.
Wait.
But it is, you raise a good point, right?
Wait,
Like,
you get profit
if
to
your guys are so good, why don't you make your own damn chair?
wait, get the prophet
Yeah.
to attune to it, and then like put it in a box and take it away.
Giants are rude motherfuckers.
Maybe they'll give us the chair when we return the jewelry. Oh, you brought back the jewelry? Take my magic chair, please.
take my sick car.
I think we should go
Take
to
my Ferrari.
I think we should go to Silvery Moon. Like, if anywhere there's a 17th level cast, it'll be there.
Silver Moon or Waterdeep, but I feel like Waterdeep they'd really hustle us. Silvery Moon sounds like the nicer place to go to.
Agreed.
So Silvery Moon is the decision, and it's a city in your neighborhood. You know, you can get there within a day or two if you ride or just teleport there if
Would
you
the
prefer.
black stuff be high enough level?
Wizard though.
It's a possibility.
It is the black stuff a wizard theurgy?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
With Blackstaff, they didn't have the UA when she
Oh,
made her
okay.
character.
What a
She
loser.
does cool. She made her character back in 3rd edition, so it's you know still using old
I
rules.
thought she was young as hell.
Probably no. You're right. She is. I just
She's 5
irrelevant joke.
She still doesn't use one class of magic because that's like what older editions did.
She's got evocation. She's a starter.
Silvery Moon. Silvery Moon has a bunch of temples. If that's where you want to go, you might not necessarily want to go to the temple. It might not be the best option at all.
I think
Um,
the library, because it's a place of
library?
knowledge. So
yeah,
they may not be there, but there'll be the knowledge that like someone who's 17th level will have their name written down somewhere in the biggest library in the world.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure even like a level 17 barbarian is important enough to be written somewhere in this library.
This guy hits stuff real good.
And a lot.
You just
He has
find a
unlocked the
character sheet.
like this guy has unlocked the power of attacking 4 times in 6 seconds.
Mm.
No, you have contacts within the library, right?
I do.
All right. So, tell me how you proposition the librarians.
Oh no. How I ask them if they have a neat scroll of extreme power.
Well, do you just go up to the
Go to the clerk.
When you want to
Well,
reserve a book?
Just go up to
No,
the level 1. Go up to the level 1
Where-
cleric. Like, can I have a scroll of true resurrection, please? We've
Where
got like
do you
30k
keep your
gold with it.
scrolls of the ninth circle?
Exactly.
It's just down there.
Oh, it reaches into his pockets. Here we go.
Here's what I had to
Good
spare.
It was like he puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out his like a middle finger, like get out. No, we're not.
No. I'll try and get I'll try and ask the desk person if I can talk to. Oh, there's like a leader or head
I
of
think
the.
you spoke to them, didn't you?
I'd like to talk to the head. I'd like to talk to the manager.
The desk person, who is a forest gnome girl, just gushes when she sees you. She just loses her shit. She fucking fangirls all over the place, man. When you walk in the door, not when you walk in the door. When she comes to the desk, she's too busy with her books and registrations, and she looks up, adjusts her glasses, and sees who it is. OMFG! It's Aradel. Aradel. I served Aradel today. And see, she goes off and gets her superiors, and even the superiors are kind of fawning. They outrank you here at the library, but they're clearly trying to buddy up to you, and I hope that your prestige kind of rubs off onto them. So yeah, you got the library council. They're pouring for your attention. What can we do for you, Mr. Aradel?
I need to source a scroll of great power for resurrection or true resurrection.
Absolutely. Such a scroll of great power. We need to ask a few questions. Well, I'm sure that whoever you have in mind is very important. It's not the prophet, is it? Your kobold hasn't died, has he?
I'm standing here.
No. I moved my cloak out of the red.
You just step out of the way. You just stood there, like glaring.
One of your warriors, then, one of the beast-headed crew.
No, it's no one in the in the party.
Well, that is fortunate. Unexpected, fortunate.
I'm assuming.
Pray tell, who is the dignitary that requires your attention?
Well, the funny thing is, it's the old queen of the storm giants.
Curious. This is a most unusual request. Are you sure it is wise to raise such a powerful enemy of mankind from the dead?
She was known to personally be affectionate towards the small folk.
And maybe
One of the
she
other
can shed some
librarians
light.
confirms that.
Maybe she can shed some light on her original death.
This is a very important task to undertake. They do have a scroll of true resurrection, and they will sell it to you for cost price.
That's a much better deal than I thought we were going to get.
Then while they're doing that, can Roz and Wild and Lura go and sell the? All right. So to get what we need to sell the giant-sized adamantine crown set with 6 black opals worth 7,500. We need to sell 6 of the giant-sized gold rings with gemstones set into them, 2,500 gold pieces each, and where is it? The gown made of gold ingots and rings worth 7,500 gold pieces weighing 750 pounds, and that is 30,000 exactly.
I think the gown we took something off of.
No, that was a different one.
The price I just put it is the price of a 9th level spell scroll plus the material component.
Oh. Put gloves on my cat.
Well, yeah. Well, then can Roz take Wild along and sell those things?
Yes, you can, but when you're about to sell them, there's an agent who recommends you take them to auction. And you guys are famous now, these are famous items. He personally thinks that you'd get more money at auction, and for a mere 10% of the final fetching price, he is willing to make all the arrangements to put them up for the auction within the next 10 days.
Roz, you're the merchant here. What do you think?
Can Roz make an insight check to see if he's being truthful, or is this guy trying to just get a decent buck?
Absolutely.
Where is my... There it is.
He's Zentarum come to betray us.
It appears to be both. He appears to genuinely think that you'll get more because of what they are than they're worth. Like, they're lovely rubies, but the fact that they're rubies that belong to the fire giant lord that were taken by heroes, and here the heroes are selling them, that's a story, and he thinks that you could make more money from the story. He's not wrong, but 10% is he's going to make a fuck ton of money from this if it works. Like, fuck ton.
Why don't we just offer him a flat fee? Give him, 1,000 gold pieces?
He probably wouldn't be happy with that.
Probably won't be happy with that. What a fucking 1,000 gold pieces. Enough to live on for life.
Sorry.
I'm not that percentage
yeah, that is quite a bit.
It incentivizes him to get a good price, because the higher he can fetch, the more he gets paid. In any case, I think we can spend 10 days here.
Wild is fine to spend 10 days here.
Yeah, so is Rose.
Sounds like a plan.
So 10 days, get the auctions off, and then get the scroll.
Okay, so first of all, work out how much all the treasure is worth. Just add it up and give me a number.
30,000, I think the number was.
Okay, 30,000, cool. Do you guys... So the auction is a pretty high affair event. Like, there's dignitaries that turn up from different countries. People come as far away from Kalimshan and Say to be at this auction. And it's not that hard for a high-level wizard to teleport in to see if this is exactly the item he's looking for, So, are we going to, put on a PowerPoint slideshow? You know what I mean? Are we going to put on a song and dance to try to convince people that
Just
this is
timeshares.
worth their money?
Does
right.
Profit have major image or silent
Do
image?
No,
you
I
have
don't have
Microsoft
illusions.
Image in your?
Can you
your
buy
store?
one of them real quick within the 10 days, and
I
then we can
could
make a
if I
big
had the
show out
money.
of it? Does anyone want to lend him stuff to give so he can make reenactments essentially?
How much do you need for that?
What level is it? Major image?
Major image is like 3rd or 4th or 5th, and then silent image is 2nd, I believe. Or
Major
one
image is
first. There you go.
Well,
Silent
that's
image is
easy.
probably
You just
first, actually.
sell one of the random things in the fucking treasury, and we can get it.
Yeah,
Get
you
both of
can
them.
you can do a big cube of like miniatures attacking each other, and it'll be us versus the giants.
I was gonna say, yeah, it could be like our story or one of our fights.
It's like puppet theater,
Puppet
except
show.
yeah, it's like puppet theater,
A
except
third level
extremely detailed.
A 3rd level spell scroll costs 375 gold.
There you go. How long does major image last for? A minute, though,
10
right?
minutes.
Oh, it's 10 minutes. Never mind. You could speed it up.
And I could cast it a bunch of times. I could cast it 3, 6,
There you go.
7, 8, 9 times a day.
Does someone want to fund him?
Well, do you need the gold, brother? How much do you
I mean-
need?
Wild will do it if he can take the tinderbox made of ebony inlaid with flames of melted gold from the party gold. From the party.
Why do you want that?
'Cause it looks
really
awesome.
ostentatious sounding tinderbox.
It's wild gold. He's draped in jewelry.
What does it look like again? Can you say it again?
It is a tinderbox made of ebony inlaid with flames of melted gold. And it weighs 75 pounds. What the fuck?
It must
It's
be
for
a
a
giant.
giant.
It's a
Yeah,
giant
nah, never
tinderbox.
mind. Never mind. He'll just give you the gold
It's
instead.
like a backpack. It's a big tinderbox. Start a fire inside the tinderbox.
You know, it's just a wardrobe full of tiki torches.
It's a portable fireplace at this point.
Alright, Wild takes that back. He wants it in his room.
Wait, are you gonna like sleep in it? Like,
No, it's just gonna be a nice,
You can curl up in
tiki
it,
torch cabinet. He gave you this 375.
I don't need water breathing anymore, do I?
Probably not for the day, at least.
Here's the plan where we drown Profit.
Oh, now I gotta brainstorm what things I'll need for an ancient city underneath the sands of.
'Cause I thought like we'd just make an appearance just to be like, hey, we're here. You know, just to do some like connections. But I guess Aradale is setting up a big presentation.
You're setting up the presentation. You know what? We'll let Wild do his thing. He sets up the presentation. You do a little like miniature play with your major image.
What could possibly go
I suppose.
It's a 20-foot cube. It's actually you can make it pretty fucking large.
Wait, and with my keen mind, I can like replay the situation, can't I? Like a projector.
Verbatim. Can you omit any parts of us maybe injuring innocents at the same time?
Or just the part where like Wild Gold kills like the fire giant's son, just like blur it out.
But that's the best bit.
Like
It involves me.
It's like drop your axe, cuts off his arm, he bleeds to death.
I mean, bled to death in 6 seconds too. It's quite a jettison of blood.
Wait, it's like one of those like anime shows where they get stabbed and then they look down nothing and it suddenly explodes like with blood.
Yes.
Like those old Japanese movies. Alright.
So present a rolling movie of what happened with a little bit of editing. Okay, I guess it comes down to an Arcana check.
He made it in Movie Maker.
Can I have a guidance?
I was gonna say, would Ros be able to guide him here? But it's like
How
a
would-
if it's
What
an
would
on.
your guidance look like?
Yeah, see, Ros's guidance is like a, you got this, Prophet. Just give it, your best, man.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
Make us look
a
good.
little
You
prep talk before he goes out on the stage.
You didn't practice your major image before you went on. Rookie mistake.
Oh,
All right.
Don't you want to?
So it's
What was
not
that?
great. It's not a great
I mean, it's
presentation.
It's a
It's
16, I
not
think.
bad.
15, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad. It's just a bit amateur. You guys see that it's a bit amateur, and you're standing there in the wings of the presentation, and you're asking yourselves, like, is there anything I can do? Is there any way that I can sell it? Because he's boosted the price a little bit. There are a few people placing a few bids, but it's clear that the illusion alone hasn't sold a lot of people.
I try to kick
Um,
Wild forward to do his thing.
I could go and smoke.
Why don't you just talk about it like you normally do? Just go gloat.
Right.
Go gloat.
Go gloat. I'm good at that. Wild will go out there.
So what do you got a crowd of like wizards from far around the world. Imagine being in a room with like Saudi oil barons and executives from Apple, and that's the sort of crowd you've got here. High level necromancers and gold mine owners.
Esteemed guests. Larlock? Is that Larlock up the back? Look, I can't tell from back here.
Lalo's there. He tips one of his like iron stones.
Everyone
These
else
items on sale today were gathered by our party. I don't remember the name of right now. What's the name of our
Bulwark
party
of the
again?
North.
Bulwark of the North. Deep in the adamantine mine controlled by the Duke of the Fire Giants. Many fire giants were in there. They were hoarding treasures. These treasures. Well, not these treasures. These are the best of the treasures. But, we went in there. We slayed all of them mercilessly. Stole their treasures. Right from the head, this one was, a big crown. He wore it like a crown, because it's a crown. It doesn't fit me, so we're selling it. And this one, this dress, made of gold bars. She had impeccable taste, I tell you. And all of these could be yours. For a small price. 10,000 gold pieces.
So he started
each.
bidding.
Candidacy, and you can make a performance check with advantage thanks to the illusions behind you, visualizing you ripping it like this guy's head off and taking the crown from him.
Good thing you had advantage.
They're not sold on your story, but the visuals that Prophet provides really shine through, and together it makes a brilliant show. And you get 21 times 10, so 210% of their value.
Fucking Jesus.
That's some money.
Wild comes back into the wings. I think they really liked it, guys. I did really well. Prophet, you were kind of shit, but that's alright, because I've got your back, buddy.
Sure.
The final, in the end, you will learn later that the jewels were sold to the estate of a red dragon named
Ah, shit. Clouth just sitting there, polymorphed or some shit in the crowd.
I sponsor these guys.
That's my flying ship going past, you see it? Alright.
And I guess the guy takes his 10%.
And he takes his 10%, that's right.
So we
Yeah,
get
so,
60,000 then, I think.
Let's just make it, yeah. Okay, good. You've done the math, that's fine.
Well, because it was worth 30.
Yeah, so they just reduced it to 200%. And, yeah, you get double. That's exactly right. Nice and easy math.
Fuck yeah.
That one dude gets a crap ton of money too.
Yeah.
He never has to work
Like,
again.
So I thought he'd be the one doing the sales pitch. I thought that's what the 10% was, but it turns out the 10% was
organised
just
it.
suggesting that we did the event.
just
I suggest you turn up.
He
10
gathered the crowd.
Okay.
He did the paperwork. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
if he gathered the crowd, yeah, that's worth it then. Like
he
did
started the
something.
auction. He hosted the auction.
Yeah. But you got but yeah, being a manager really is a great job. You don't do fuck all, and you get quite good rewards for it.
I'm in the wrong business.
I reckon, man.
Well, you're telling me being an adventurer is more risky than being like a manager.
Being an adventure manager, man, that's a good job. Like a fixer for adventurers, you get 10% of all of their jobs just for sending them on quests. That's a money spinner. That is.
Yeah, but then you have to spend most of your time dealing with like murder hobos.
You're right,
Is
and they're likely
that
to
really
murder
worth it?
you. No, your lifespan would be pretty short. Fences, even in the real world, don't last very long.
Okay, if you buy the scroll, I'll put like how much would have left if you bought the scroll.
So
We have 30,000 left. Wait, no, we'd have a little bit more than 30,000. Yeah.
have you guys done the treasury stuff?
No.
Would you like to take out the items that you did and add the money that we get from it?
I shall. Alright. Giant sized adamantine crown. Gone.
Yeah, if that
And
didn't work,
that's
would have just
gone.
gone out and just said. He said it was a major to just straight up say this item's good for this spell, that item's good for this spell.
Could have.
Because the gold would be good for secret chest.
Everything.
The gems would be useful for contingency.
And don't forget to add the 31,175 gold.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm just deleting the columns first.
We're going to split that out to the party and like the chest, or just put it in the party fund.
I wouldn't mind it split because I'm a little low on gold to be able to get a new magic item. What's the ring that gives you AC? What's that called?
Ring of
Protection. We have a spare one if you want to borrow it.
Oh, how much AC does it give? Just one?
+1.
And it gives +1 to all saves. By spare one, do you mean the one I have?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you unattuned from it to use.
I did, so I'm going to. I'll pass it over to him. I'm just making sure we. And what's like deleting one if we had an actual spare one.
Yeah, that's the one. Can we take 1,000 out of that first to buy the bowl and then split it?
That's fair. Yeah.
So,
that sounds fair.
Yeah, so 30,175 is what we're splitting.
Mm-hmm.
Take off the 175. We'll just split 30,000.
Okay.
We'll put the 175 into the.
How many are we splitting it between?
All of us. 1.
8 of us?
8? No, is it 8? Because yeah, it would be 8, wouldn't it? Because of the party gold as well.
Yeah.
If it's party gold as well, then it's 3,750 gold pieces each.
Did we split money before when Eglis was when we believed Eglis was coming back?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Anywho, figure that out later. It's negligible now.
We started like 30,000. We split it between us 3,700.
3,700 for everyone.
Yeah.
3,750.
Do you want to add that to Luro's? Whoever has control of Luro.
I would do it. I'm resident Luro.
And is Yake still here?
Jake?
Yes, sorry, I've
Okay.
just been eating.
You better be.
You know how I said I knew where things were?
You lied.
Mm-hmm.
I found it. Attunement item.
Yeah, what do you reckon Wild should get? I kind of want something defensive.
Should I just? I'm tempted to buy every level 1 spell in the game.
Let's do it.
But first, you know what I need to do?
No.
There's, I think, braces of defense which you can get, or a ring of like defense or whatever.
Yeah, they give +1. Is there anything that gives like
Braces
+2
give
at least?
+2.
Ooh, braces might be good then.
Hey, the last 2 digits of my coin is 69.
Wonderful.
I take half the gold I just gained and gave half of it to Parallaxis.
Oh god.
Rich dragon.
That's a rich pseudo dragon.
We're gonna have to kill him at some point in time. I wonder.
He's gonna buy like one of the nicest properties in Silvery Moon and just live there.
We bought a bowl for Heroes
Heroes
Feast for
Feast.
later as well. Arctic, just so you know, heads up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and I just gave 1,875 gold to suit Parallaxis. He got a good deal,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, but he still hasn't hit 10,000 yet, has he?
He has. He just did.
Oh, he has. I just did. Oh, okay.
Now he
10,000
levels
is
up.
a pretty significant amount. Yeah.
Yeah, like we were just
6
saying, he's
silver.
going to buy the biggest house in... Oh, yeah, and 6 silver. The best property in Silvery Moon.
Imagine if you leveled
Maybe.
up based on gross income.
Because Parallaxis, he is a level 2 pseudo dragon. I think. Oh no, he's level 3.
I played in a game where you spent gold, and the gold you spent counted as XP. It was actually pretty good.
I don't like that version. I like your gross.
It's kind of rude. I think Sash isn't that gross.
Have you seen him? He's fucking nasty.
I like that everything in his inventory is worth a few gold, but then it's like teddy bear with the eye missing.
Right.
He will invest his money wisely for maximum returns in the future.
Braces of defense are 6,000 gold
like-
pieces on the table, Tyler.
It's like Blockbuster, like
And they give +2 to
Toys
that?
R Us.
As long as you're unarmored.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I'll buy... Oh, can I go to Rana's shop and see if she has any deals on braces of defense?
Yeah, she'll give you 10% off.
She has a single bracer. You need both of them though.
One bracer.
The other one
So what were
requires
they?
a quest.
6,000?
You got the 50% off.
Oh, he's got a tall statue of Listra. That's pretty cool. They never go out of style. Yeah,
Statues.
statues of nude drow chicks never go out of style.
It's classic architecture. It's like
It is.
yeah.
Well, the Greeks loved it. We loved it. Everyone loves it.
I haven't been using my. I've been attuned to my braces of protection since I got them. Like since that was when, like the sorcerer was in the party, but I haven't had it like as an AC modifier. So I
You never
so
implemented it. Oh no. That's terrible.
I bought the braces of defense. Are they an item in the compendium?
Pretty sure they are. Okay. Do we
not.
think we need anything special for going into Lady's Place? Do we? Oh, while we're spending those several days, can I research about gargoyles or golems and best ways to counteract them?
Yeah, sure.
Because I know that she has statues and such.
And while we're spending those days here as well, every day while we'll go and have like lunch and dinner with old man Morven.
He's dead.
What?
Okay, that's great. He enjoys your company, and your presence seems to really perk him up. He was pretty listless in the first couple of days, but with each passing day, rather than exhausting him, it seems to invigorate him.
Wonderful.
I suppose
Show
me
him
and
the sword.
Parallaxis will visit Gestariel. I think that was the name. Yeah,
Is
Gestariel.
that his woman?
That's his woman.
GF is just
That's on his character sheet.
it's a good feature.
Right next
Okay.
to Indestructible Loop.
So she's got a nice little apartment down by the riverside, not far away from the bridge. And she spends most of her time looking after her egg. Did you know they had an egg?
I thought they had multiple, but
Maybe they have multiple. I can't.
I knew they had. I knew eggs were a thing.
Right, you know, exactly. It's no great revelation. Well, that's good. And it's a tiny little place. It's best made for tiny creatures, and so they have to kind of come out of their little dollhouse to be in your garden. And it's really cheap rent because they're basically renting a dollhouse in someone else's backyard.
They'll be able to afford a real house when we're done.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They're
become real estate realtors.
they're doing well. She's happy to see you. She hopes that you could keep him safe in these most dangerous missions. She's terrified in these final missions that something will go wrong, but she knows better than to try to talk Parallaxus out of it because he's already made up his mind.
I'll give my assurance that we'll do it, everything to keep him safe.
Yeah, and they ask you what you're going to do when this is all over.
I've got a wizard tower. I can teach students.
You've already got your retirement plan worked out. Well, that's good. They're glad. They think it's important to look to the future.
Telling that to someone who can see the future. I preaching to the choir a bit, I think.
Your research reveals some vulnerabilities, some weaknesses, and some resistance that the gargoyles are known to have. But yeah, they're aerial creatures, so their mobility is one of their greatest threats. Even though they're made of stone, they're perfectly capable of flying. And the fact that they have so few vulnerabilities is what makes them particularly dangerous. Against people like you, they're clearly not a threat. But if a bunch of these creatures swooped down on the average village, they'd have next to no way of dealing with them. Without heroes that have magical weapons, you're kind of powerless.
Doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
It's falling damage. Does that count as non-magical damage?
Which sort?
Falling.
Yeah, falling's not magical. That's right. Yeah.
So if you're resistant to non-magical damage, you're resistant to falling damage.
Scientific
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
So if a barbarian jumps off a cliff, he still takes reduced damage if he's
Fun
raging.
fact,
I rage before I hit the floor.
I turned into a were-snake last week in my Sunday game, and I took falling damage, but I didn't. I dropped something like 200 feet and didn't take
Zero. Well, because you changed form, or because of some other reason?
Because they're immune to non-magical damage.
Because you're a rare creature, right? You're a lycanthrope, so yeah.
I wasn't gonna argue with the DM. I was like, okay.
But if you'd landed on a silver floor, then you would have got hurt.
And there's one silver coin you land on it to take 10,000 damage.
You Scrooge McDuck into a silver.
No, 'cause I was thinking with the gargoyles, you could use I could use eye bite, make them fall asleep in the air, and then they'd fall.
Specifically, or is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because that might be a way to deal with flying gargoyles, make them fall asleep, but they might be immune to sleep.
Is there any information in this library on Ascor itself, apart from what we already know, such as it just being an ancient Netherese place?
Yeah,
Anything unique about it?
Go ahead and make a roll.
History?
Yeah, that's right.
May I give myself guidance?
I don't. Yeah, I suppose so.
Cool. I shall.
You asked Denier to guide you to the right book.
Yes, Denier, tell me. I will use my inspiration because that's a 1 and a 2.
Wow.
So I rolled a 4 that time. So 19.
So it wasn't specifically a Netherese city, but rather a dwarven city that traded with the Netherese. It sat on the shores of a body of water called the Narrow Sea. The Narrow Sea was once where a chunk of Anarok now stood. It'd take a long time to describe why there's not a sea there and why there's a desert, but a magical apocalypse, it should tell you enough.
Usually happens.
Yeah, it does. So Ascor was a dwarven city, part of the nation of Delzoon, sat on the northern shores of the Narrow Sea during the time of the Netherese Empire, which is where the confusion comes from. They were contemporary with the Netherese, and they did most of their trade with the Netherese. These days, however, it's just a lonely, windswept ruin, sits on the edge of Anarok, as we know, near the frozen sea, so it's a very cold part of Anarok, and it's known to be haunted by ancient evils. Used to be a bustling port, very wealthy. It was kind of the gateway to Delzoon. This was where Netheril had a lot of their contact with the dwarves, and the dwarves with the human. It was a trading link, not just a hub but a port, but really one of the main links between the two empires. Not just the Netherese as well, but they also traded with the elves of Ireland and humans of other nations as well, such as the mystical land of Nimbril. These days, it's just ruins. The docks have been swallowed up by sand. The whole thing is half, maybe 3/4 buried. So there's still a fair few ruins that are exposed to the elements, but the vast majority of it lies beneath the sands. A subterranean highway is known to run through Ascor. It runs all the way from the Desert Mouth Mountains in the far east, over near the Dales, underneath Anarok, all the way to Gauntlgrim in the far west, which lies kind of beneath Neverwinter. So it's a huge road that goes relatively straight through the Underdark for thousands of miles, all the way underneath most of the Savage North and all of Anarok, huge road, and Ascor connects to that. Not much more to say about it, really.
Cool.
Port town.
Let's get ready for some surfing then. On the sands. No, we need things to dig. Maybe, probably not. Does anyone need anything specific for this?
I was wondering, like, you know how we all got those charms?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a kind of waste of mine. Would anyone who's not going to use it be willing to sell theirs to me?
You can have mine for free.
Sure, I don't mind just buying it.
No, I don't need the money.
I don't think I'm going to use mine either, Nab. If you'd like another.
Yeah, have
'cause
mine too.
I thought there was going to be the huge fight there, and I thought like try to upgrade as much as possible.
So did I. I drank a potion right before the reveal. I was like, all right, I'm getting ready. Drink my haste potion.
That's the sound of you drinking potion.
How about that last battle on last Sunday, Arctic? The two people who cast haste went off to look for trouble. They found it, and then we almost died to the resulting fight.
It was hectic.
Don't go looking for trouble. Easy peasy.
Well, over the 10-day period, Rose will probably get a little bit bored staying in Silvery Moon, and he would have noticed that Jaralax's had a very shitty rundown dollhouse. So, he would like to make him a new house for him and his family. Soon to be family.
Well, they're just renting this place, so they don't own this backyard. But 10,000 gold pieces is a lot of money, and rather than diversifying, saying with your assistance, Roz, if you're going to be the builder, then how can they say no? They're going to put all their eggs in one basket, all their dragon eggs in one basket, and they are going to spend 10,000 gold pieces on property. They're going to get just an absolutely magnificent spot. And Prophet, you know Parallax is better than anyone. tell me what. So if he could buy any piece of land within the vicinity of Silvery Moon, what would it be? If you don't agree, then his wife will overrule him. So
I think
what do you
I
think?
think
It'd
he'd
be?
probably pick something like the closest, like I guess, where all like the fun things are happening. Like if there's like an entertainment district, he'd probably buy something there. Like even though it's not
Brilliant.
technically for housing, he'd probably buy one there anyway, just so he could be close to those things.
Brilliant, brilliant. Right.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's got a nice place in the middle of the town, somewhere in a happening area, a big block of land. Still a lot of green space in Silvery Moon. It's not a very crowded city. On the contrary, there's lots of parks and gardens. He buys a decommissioned park and garden over in the entertainment precinct. And what are you going to build for him, Ross?
Well, I planned on just making another dollhouse but bigger, but
Well, let's
I
get
guess
started. Let's
yeah.
get started. So, what's his dollhouse look like?
Let me think. I was imagining something like a mansion where it opens up and there's stairs going up, kinda.
Brilliant.
I was
Yeah,
gonna kind of imagine that when you open the doors, you kind of see his hoard maybe a little bit further. Oh no, it's like his gold or whatever. The gold hoard?
He's got a few items.
Yeah, like his magic hoard, I guess. But I don't think hoard is the right word I'm using here.
more.
um, yeah, kind of just a nice house, but not too flash, I guess. And like, we'll have 4 bedrooms for kids.
Brilliant. Well, they're proud of their new place. You know, a newlywed couple who've just invested in their first property. They're really happy with their decision.
So is it like just like a
And
small house like with a massive garden? I guess.
that's right. Yeah, huge. Even by human standards, it's quite big. No one else in the neighbourhood has a garden as big as theirs. It's, as I said, a decommissioned park. 10,000 gold pieces buys you a lot of land, even in the heart of the city. Yeah.
It's like all the other like familiars unionize when they see this.
Yeah. They turned
Get
in for
get angry letters
investment
from
advice.
other wizards telling me, I mean, like giving their familiars ideas.
He starts selling like tickets for 100 gold pieces to familiars to how to get more out of your wizard.
And
You know,
but the
establish
advice is
contracts.
just, yeah. I mean, if you just ask a wizard, he'll agree.
That's what it amounts to.
Do you think there's like a class divide between like familiars who aren't bound to their wizards and familiars who are? It's like all like the variant familiars laugh at the one summoned with the spell because they have free will.
Maybe.
All right. Do we have everything we need for this venture?
I think we are pretty good.
Everyone still have their potions of lightning resistance?
Yes.
But
I didn't
before
drink
we
it.
head out on this quest, is it good to turn it to the Dragon Sword now or later?
I mean, it lasts 9 days, isn't it?
Yeah, don't want to make the same mistake again then.
You have several. You don't need to be like conservative with these.
Well, no,
And at the moment, we're not going to the attack. We're just going to do the resurrect.
I
Oh,
imagine. Well, he should be very specific when he wants to use it, because I imagine one day, let's say the group breaks up, Nap could still use those charms against a dragon
Wait,
another time.
Also, Avidil, don't worry about the scroll. I see you succeeding.
Today.
Well, when you go
Wait.
to cast it.
All right. All right. Do we want to like blow the conch and get back there, or do?
Wait,
Oh,
does like the conch come with us? Like, how does that work?
we have a second conch anyway.
No,
Alright.
just like how does it work? Like, if it came with us, did we get it back?
Should we give those conches back to the giants?
What?
Oh, wait a minute. We don't need to use a
We-
con.
But
We
we,
have 4
killed
of
them
them.
in their house
Oh,
now. That's how
right,
looting
That's
works.
right.
We
you
have
have
3 of
their
them.
teleportation circle. Look at you.
I mean, what do we even need them for anymore?
Should
To
we
visit
try?
the giants. Make sure they're all in line and doing well.
Yeah,
How about
okay.
we give
It
them
only
back?
takes us to the court.
What if we give them back
That's true.
when we fix the problem first?
Okay, so I guess I'll draw the chalk thing. I'm doing this inside Morven Hall.
I mean, I guess.
Okay,
Mhm,
I'll
probably.
get us to convene in the wizard tower. I'll have one of the apprentices nearby with the orders to rub away the sigils when we disappear.
All right. Oh,
Do we get
Alright.
Chad Wizard or do another one?
Yeah, that's who you get. That's
how
right.
about we just get a regular person that can't copy them down to just mop behind us when we're done?
Don't you trust my wizard?
There's always the chance.
I guess I'll just point out that's a random person. It's like, hey, you, and then I'll call them by name and ask them to come into the tower and ask if they can rub out the sigils. And
You probably just really hurt your apprentice's feelings. Just saying.
hey, it's not me, it's Aradale.
Chad Wizard's a douche anyway. Thinks he can control talking lions. Little shit.
Cast Dominate Monster on you.
Oh shit.
Do you want to go back in the flask?
I don't know. I don't think you can put me back in there, actually.
Releases the Titan to put you.
Don't test me.
The Titan just turns to you. Was like, why? It's like to get wild. Anyway, so we'll write down the circle. We'll have the random person. We'll leave him with the orders to rub off the circle, and we'll say under no circumstances jump through the circle with us.
Swears not to.
Okay, I'll draw the circle, and then cast the spell, and I guess we could all go through,
Alright.
apart from him.
So we're going to Yartar.
No, we're
Maelstrom.
teleporting to Maelstrom.
Oh, you're going back to the Storm Giants, are you?
We have
the
their
scroll of true resurrection.
scroll.
We do we not? Okay, cool. I was ill prepared for this. Alright, alright, no problem.
Oh, and the jewelry. We got the jewelry as well.
Oh, we
So
managed to
sell
keep
it.
hold of that.
Okay.
We'll just tell them it's free. We got it for free. Picked it up.
We looked into our bank account. Like, hey, we got treasure.
Oof.
So I guess is the room guarded this time?
Give me a bit of a moment.
It's
I'll
preparing.
do a little bit of
Loading screen.
a bit of a loading screen at the moment.
Have you had a group actually just go back and true resurrect the Storm King's wife?
Me. I've never
Because I imagine that being quite a rare outcome to this.
It's magic.
Oh no, someone's
Yeah.
dead and causing a ton of problems. Okay, true resurrection.
Bonk. Bringing it back.
All right. I think I know what to do. Okay, so you teleport back to the Maelstrom, and you find yourself back at the location where you expect. And here there are some storm giants that are guarding the teleportation chamber this time. Why they weren't guarding it last time, I don't know. I guess it's because there were so many giant dignitaries. But whatever the case, this time they are here, and they recognize you immediately You dare to return?
We were asked to
Why have
return.
you come back? They look surprised, but once having established that indeed you are meant to be guests here, they escort you through the chambers. The first people you come to are those giants that you left behind before: the fire giant, frost giant, cloud, and stone. Is there anything that you wish to discuss with these individuals on your way through?
Well, now between the group, now would be a good time to give the conches back if we did want to give them back, because they're all
How
here.
many conches do we have? 3 or 4?
3.
3? The stone giants still have theirs. We
Yes.
didn't
Where
take
they-
that one.
We have hill giant, frost giant, fire giant.
I think we keep the hill giant. I really do.
Hill giant's not here, so I mean,
No dignitary.
We can return
Yeah.
the other 2 though,
yeah, I
I
agree with that.
because in any case we still have 1, and even if we lose that one too, we can get here anyway because I know the sigils.
That's true. Oh yeah, let's give them back.
Lettuce.
Okay, so I guess we present the new Duke and Jarl with their teleportation conches.
Why are you giving this to me? Says the frost giant.
Well, we thought you'd want it.
We originally
What?
took it from the previous Jarl, you see.
Yes, I know this. I want it, and you took it. But why are you giving it to me?
Well, you're the new Jarl, aren't you?
Yeah,
Well, then it belongs in your hands.
it does. But that does not explain it.
Let's call it a gesture of goodwill. Like we want to kill as few giants as possible.
Then it is peace that you seek.
We've never been about senseless violence, but the previous Jarls were running amok and killing the little folks, so... As long as you don't do that, then... Yeah, peace.
Accept your offer and gesture. I too, says the fire giant. You do not need me to tell you, says the stone giant. You have had my respect since I heard about your efforts at the eye of the All Father. But
Very
the
well.
cloud giant, where is my conch? He asked.
But we don't have the Cloud Giant conch.
Why not?
We haven't killed any Cloud Giants.
I do everything myself.
If you want to go get the Cloud Giant conch, then that's fine with us, but we don't have one for you.
We have the hill
Yes, sir.
giants one.
Prophet, shut up.
Shut up.
He would take that giant's conch from you if you would.
Wow.
The conch is used for teleportation, and I can teleport us here whenever we want.
Yes,
Yes.
Prophet, but you might not be here forever.
Prophet, it belonged
know-
to someone else anyway. We were giving them back because they were theirs. We're not just giving the Giants new conches.
Whatever
Purchase
you
your
say.
conch. What would be the price?
Now we're talking.
This is Wild's domain.
It might be my domain, but I've got to be right back because my dinner's around the corner. I'll be back.
This is Roz's domain.
Well,
De facto.
I really do think that the small folk should be able to hold on to one. Because let's say something happens again and the giants start running amok. If we can get here and talk to, the head of the giant, it'd be a lot easier rather than us just coming to your place and killing all of you. Or most of you, not all of you. I really do think we should hold on to this conch.
I'll ask the cloud. Who currently holds the cloud giant conch anyway?
He tells you the person. I don't particularly
Oh,
know
okay, so
myself.
but we do know the name.
Yeah.
Can
You
I
learn about it.
do you know why the obelisk from Nightstone was taken?
He does not know, but he knows that it is very important to someone. He has been unable to ascertain exactly what the significance is, but he is sure that the significance will one day be revealed, and when it is, he wishes to be in possession of one of these obelisks. He tells you that they are linked between multiple planes. They are found not just across the Sword Coast, but on other worlds as well, and they hold some great secret, some key, but he has yet to figure it.
Well, that's interesting. I guess we'll keep an eye out for an obelisk to hold on to.
Did I say obelisk?
Mhm.
Like the one at the start of the campaign that was
Yeah,
taken?
like, why was it? We asked him why it was stolen, and he didn't know why, but we know it's connected to the multiple planes.
There you go. And he said that they're needed for something, and when that something happens, you'll definitely want one.
So we
So
want
it's
to
an
look into that.
It's possibly an end of the world sort of situation.
And multiple worlds, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for an obelisk. Still on my travels.
I suppose with this we'll go on to Princess Zona.
I think we will.
You're admitted, of course, and expected, indeed. Welcomed is perhaps the term that we should use. And her sisters are there. They are bitter to see you, though they pretend to be gracious. Quite hard for them. And her uncle remains suspicious of you, but is respectful nonetheless. The way a knight might be when a diplomat from hostile ambassador might turn up. But Zona herself is ecstatic. The men who rescued me, the men and the women who rescued me, have returned. Have you come seeking more assistance?
Everything is prepared. We are ready for the spell to cast.
The spell?
Yes,
We have sourced a scroll to be able to bring back your mother.
You have done it. You have done it. You have achieved what has eluded us for so long. My mother was always right to trust the small folk. Please, let us prepare immediately. Are you sure this is the right thing to do? Her uncle challenges, but her mind is made up. And she takes you behind the throne into a kind of a recess, I suppose, behind the throne where there are some royal chambers. And among those royal chambers, behind a secret door, lies her tomb, the tomb of Queen Neri, Queen Nerissa. The tomb is flooded. It's underneath the water. It's on the lower level and underneath the water, and it's filled with bioluminescent fish and neon tetras that glow all around this flooded chamber. It creates a really stunning kind of fish tank with all the blue coral and glowing fish and the huge ornate sarcophagus, which has been carved into a beautiful likeness of the lady that it holds within. The whole thing is made of a black marble, and it has some barnacles that are beginning to grow on it, even though it hasn't been here for very long. Already got some barnacles growing on it.
So a little less than 200 years, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, something like that. Maybe the tomb was prepared long before she died, I suppose, which wouldn't be illogical, I guess.
Yeah, it's a joke because true resurrection is 200 years is the limit.
Right, I didn't get the joke, but no,
'Cause
fortunately,
I'm hilarious.
Fortunately, it has happened in the 5e era. This
Yeah,
isn't some
there's the
quest
description.
left over from the first edition of Dungeons and Dragons.
I was about to say it's a powerful spell, but it's a 9th level spell, so it has. I hope it would be.
You'd want to hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I guess Aladel will get ready for the spell, and I will give him a 20 on his spell casting test to cast the spell.
Amazing.
normally
Do I
be-
have
Excuse me.
do I have to walk in there while it's all watery?
I think
You do.
you'd get
you
them to fish the body out because if
And,
you don't want to destroy the scroll.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is you're about to walk in there with the scroll, and it'll be destroyed. So how are we going to do this?
I mean, I can just say her name and she'll be resurrected in a new body.
If the original no longer exists.
Hmm.
So you'd have to get them to go in and fish the body out.
Could you retrieve the body for me, please?
I'd rather not. What's wrong?
If water
I can't
touches the scroll, it will
breathe
destroy the
underwater.
scroll.
Have we no capability of dealing with
Wild.
the body should remain?
Laura, come here. Help me get this thing out. Let me get her out.
They don't want to disturb the body, though. Have we no other methods?
Well, that's why we asked
They-
you. You would be more respectful. Well,
Could you remove the water, maybe?
Yes, I think so. Do we have that? Do we have that as a? Does anyone within the party have that power?
To destroy.
I had it
the
if I prepared it.
Wild's
Are you
real
gonna-
thirsty right now. I'm just saying.
I'm going to assume that you've prepared it then.
It also only lasts for 10 minutes, and the spell needs. I need an hour to cast
the
True Resurrection.
true resurrection is instantaneous.
No, it takes ages to cast.
Does it?
The effect is instantaneous. Let me double check
Okay.
that. Yes, it casts task time 1 hour.
Controlling water is well within the powers of the storm giants anyway, so they're able to split the sea and to reveal a dry path between you and the body.
I
are
hope
there
you
any-
speed this up.
Are there any words that you say before you bring the queen back to life?
To them?
I suppose just in
To
general.
the gods,
How
to
do you do?
anything?
How do you do that? The ceremony, I guess. This is quite a big
Yeah,
moment.
that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'm probably wearing my good robes today, for one
And-
thing.
And you crit so like with a 20, so you did really well.
I probably lay out things that Dania likes, such as books and poems I've written, to sort of like surround myself with things that are akin to my god. And I guess I also lay out if I could borrow Princess Sona's jewelry to have something that
Keeping
sort of
alive.
connects me closer to the queen. And then I'd lay the scroll on the floor, kneel down, and start reading it out for an hour.
I guess my character will stand and watch as it happens.
Yeah, vestments. I put my vestments on.
And my
Start
character,
reading.
he has his good robes on.
The grey body, the grey flesh, still beautiful and preserved in the entomb. Only a few months dead and not yet ravaged by time. Begins to become flushed with colour. greens and blues, aquamarines. And her chest begins to heave as she takes her first breath in months, and her eyes open with a blink. I am in a place I am familiar with, but I do not know why. She sits up from her own tomb, from her own grave. Her daughter rushes forward, the princess rushes forward to embrace her. The last I remember, I was attacked. I guess, and she looks around the tomb, that attack was quite successful then. Who are you?
We
She asked the
We
boy.
are the bulwark of the north. We have returned you to life.
I'll bow respectfully.
Yeah, I guess I'll bow as well.
Rose will give it a little bow too.
How you doing?
These are heroes, Mother. They have brought you back from life, and they are on the trail to find Father. I had always had a lot of faith and hope, the queen says, in the small folk. I had always felt that there was goodness in many of their hearts. Short lives, but they cram so many significant things into such a small amount of time. I am pleased to finally see that our friendship has paid off.
If it is not too much, may you reveal who killed you in the end?
I regret that I was meeting with a liaison with some friends from the Lord's Alliance. They sent adversaries that I am not familiar with. I had never seen these negotiators before, but they were treacherous, and it proved to be my doom.
We have been informed it was a conspiracy of giant and dragons to have you to see you killed.
Then it was not a trap laid by the kings of the small folk?
We do not believe so. We believe the fault lays with Immelwith, the ancient blue dragon of Ascor.
She looks over at the worm skull throne, which is within down the hall from the tomb, some 100 feet or more away. It would seem that we and the blue dragons have a long score to settle. Yes, Mother. She disguised herself as an advisor, and she has been infiltrating the crown ever since you disappeared. But I did not listen to her counsel, Mother. Instead, I followed the advice and opinions of my uncle and of these heroes of the small folk. You were very wise for doing so, my daughter, that you were not tricked by this beguiling dragon.
What's the what are the other two daughters doing at the moment? How are they reacting?
They burst into the room now and they start fawning over their mother and kissing her. And she accepts their love with dignity, but she doesn't return the warmth the way she returned it to her youngest daughter.
That's clear who's the favourite.
The youngest / oldest.
I suppose, as the previous queen, would you have any idea of how to restore the ordering?
Yes, we must return my husband to the throne, and we, the storm giants, can negotiate with the other giants. They must be brought to see that we are most powerful, we are most wise, and we are most fit to rule. The ordning has existed as it has forever, for a very long time, and it would be foolish to change it now. Even the cloud giants know that we are their superior.
When she suggests this, my Prof, like he visibly tense, like he clutches his staff just a little bit harder, like he visibly like tenses up a little bit, because as far as he's concerned now, because we know who holds like King Hecaton, and we have one of their cultists just chilling with the group. Surefire way to ensure peace, and the Warlock's patron is preventing it.
The real question is, why didn't they just kill the Storm King? Regardless, we should. That should be our next stop. Investigate Yartar now.
Well,
Sounds good
what
to
are we
me.
gonna do in Yata? Just find out what's up with this Kracking society?
Yes, it's the only sort of hub that we know about. We don't
Although,
know.
I wouldn't mind kicking some blue dragon ass.
Should we go to Immelrith first, or save the? Just trying to find the Storm King first.
I think the Storm King should be our priority.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just holding a grudge.
We can kick her ass later.
It's not about that, it's more about finding Harshnag.
I'd also like to find Harshnag.
Wait, Amadel, can you check out this question for me? And I'll write it down on a piece of paper.
Can you proofread this question for
Yes.
me? Being specific about which Livy Oregano.
How many other Livy Oreganos fit that description?
You spelled it wrong, but I guess you say the words rather than write to them.
Oh yeah, I suppose we can ask Princess Zone. It's like, oh yeah, when we asked our friend to come and visit you, like, what did he tell you?
He told us that he didn't talk to the.
He didn't get to her.
Yeah, he said I saw the other sisters around, and I was like, not gonna risk it.
Okay, fine.
I should we go to Yata then, right now, or are we prepared to maybe go toe to toe with some psychic pirates?
I'm ready.
Ooh, before we go to Yata, I'm going to buy like a pocket scorpion.
Brilliant.
Do the giants have pocket scorpions?
They did not, but in Yata, they're being sold 2 for the price of 1.
You can
Both
probably buy
pockets.
like a.
And I have 2
storm.
pockets. It's perfect.
That's not all the pockets.
I'll buy them when we get there then.
I won't mention the last pocket.
Okay, so are we going to be asked to return
Prison pocket.
to Zymorvan Hall so we can fly the ship, or are we going to teleportation circle to Yata?
Prison pocket scorpion.
You can't keep a scorpion in your prison pocket.
Have you tried?
I'm happy to just teleport there, Prophet. Everyone else is.
Be quicker.
Yes, I agree.
I will ask if I have permission to draw a where I can draw a teleportation circle.
She has. They have a teleport. They have a permanent teleportation device here. A giant clam, I think it is. But they already have.
Oh, we can ask them to teleport us to Yata.
You've got your teleportation circle that you came in on. What are we talking about? They do have a different one as well. But yeah, they can just teleport you to Yata. That's no issue for them.
And that way we don't even have to use the Harper one.
just poop out into Yata, and people are like, "What the hell?"
It is a bit like that. So, are you guys ready to go?
I cast Death Ward on myself.
Mage armor.
Brilliant. Okay.
Oh, yeah, and see
Anyone else?
invisibility
Yep, sure.
because I can like sort of fold spells and end up only using one spell slot. 'Cause I'm divination.
So you teleport into the main square of town at around about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and people are pretty freaked out by it. You scare a horse, a couple of dogs start barking, a few kids rush forward to get a bigger look at it. But after about a minute or two, people have kind of settled down. It's freaky at first. The guards rush over and make sure that you're not like an army of fucking, I don't know, some
Wow.
war band coming in, giant bloody lions and elephant people and shit. Like this is weird stuff. But once they ascertain that you're just a war band of adventurers, and indeed that you are the bulwark of the north, oh, they know who you are. No, that's fine. Like, okay, it's all good. And they don't come up and ask you exactly for your autograph, but people are no less, nevertheless, quite awed by your presence. A few people invite you to come and have a beer, maybe a meat pie,
Oh, Australian style.
possibly. So it's clear that people recognise you within about 2 minutes of you arriving, and it goes from being a hostile reception where they might have filled you with crossbow bolts to a much warmer celebrity arrival, not dissimilar to what famous bards might receive. Welcome to Yartar. Yartar.
Yar.
Well, we going to the gambling den.
I suppose I'll ask a few people what the new is it the new mayor? Is that the person who got replaced?
Yeah, Dryland is the mayor. You have to ask about 4 people before anyone can tell you the name of the mayor. No one seems to know or care. It's politics just isn't something that people are interested around here. But yeah, some bloke Dryland who wears an octopus on his shoulder. Oh, that guy. He's our mayor. Fuck me. How far the mighty have fallen.
I mean,
Like, my God, we really have dropped our standards around here.
there was the woman who killed someone.
Yeah, but like a mayor that murders people, that's one thing. This dude wears an octopus on his shoulder. Have you
That's
seen?
just weird.
No, man, that's just weird, right?
That's wacky.
Yeah, it's wacky.
I suppose
So-
my intention is like to find out had she done anything else that would be, I suppose, unacceptable since she killed that person.
Maintain
Has
a pretty
anyone else
low
disappeared?
profile.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, she's maintained a pretty low profile. Has anyone else disappeared? Yeah, 2 people a day. Maybe not. Maybe 2 people a week. 2 people a 10 days.
There's only 10 people left in this town.
Yeah, right. Like it's not like Waterdeep murder rates. But no, about probably 2 people probably get missing every 10 days or so. Not that uncommon. There are a lot of thugs and low lives in Yoritar.
Yartar. Well, should we get? Should we investigate the boat or talk
Before
to
we
them?
go there, what are we going to ask?
Well, maybe we should just look for some sort of. They're psychic pirates. How are they? How are we meant to intercept some sort of mental communication? I could cast a spell on him to make him disclose his information.
Remember, they have the sorceress as well. She read our minds last time we were here.
That's all I can think of. Should we do that? Find them and illegally cast spells on them?
Well, it's up to you guys. You're the magic people. I'm just the hitter.
True.
There's the
Do-
wizard. There's the sorceress.
Do I have Gias? I didn't have it prepared. Dang. I love that. That sorceress. That's a cool outfit. Look at that. She got snakes. He's got an octopus.
It's hard to top that picture.
Who am I? Oh, I'm not a pirate, I'll tell you that much.
I'm a legitimate politician.
So wild.
And last time we got banned, I remember.
Yeah, he said fuck off because we killed his we killed a giant we killed the giant quote unquote squid and he thought it was a bad thing that we did. But who knows? Yeah, we ready to go hunt this guy down and cast spells on him?
Mhm.
Let's give it a go. Hopefully, maybe.
What's the process then? So you know that his boat is a big. I think it was a paddle steamer by
Yeah.
recollection. Yeah, and they do a lot of gambling there. It's a lovely vessel.
He's like the penguin.
Yeah, you have to board just before sunset, and then it sails around up and down the river for a bunch of hours, and you can get off in the morning. Otherwise, they throw you off if you prove to be a problem. So you know how to get on. All you got to do is go up to the dock around about now, or the next half hour or so, buy a ticket and start gambling. Is that what you do, or do you have some other more clandestine method?
Do they know if he's definitely on the boat right now? Because he's now apparently the mayor as well.
I guess gathering information is what sort of check would that be? Persuasion, I suppose.
Survival. It's a jungle out here.
Yeah,
Investigation?
yeah. Investigation's a great one.
I would like to use investigation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoop.
It's a big
24.
investigation.
Yeah, brilliant.
I investigate
I mean,
bigly.
pretty much never leaves the boat. Like apparently he's paranoid about just about everything. And he also is said to have an allergy to dry land.
That's that why his last name is Dryland.
Possibly.
Dryland. I remember we got banned last time, so we're going to have a confrontation. So how aggressive are we planning on being?
Did we get banned? I don't remember getting banned. What?
Huh?
Because we
Really?
killed
He did sort of
squid.
tell us to fuck off after killing that squid.
Well, here's the big thing. I've got money. Sorted.
We've all got money.
Yeah,
That's
that's what you like.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea. What if we buy disguises?
What,
So why don't we just
what if
flash
we
our
just
cash?
aggressively interrogate them like the cultists that they are?
That's not gambling. I mean,
I guess
our
we could beat the
objective-
shit out of them.
Well, or I could just make us want to walk, and we could go there when it's en route. Save money and
We can just
confrontation.
go there now. But the confrontation would happen anyway on the ship.
Well, no needless casualties, perhaps. Rather, it's safer. Would you? I
I
mean,
guess going through the front door and directly confronting him is worse than stealthily infiltrating the ship
well,
and
we
then
won't have to
confronting
get
him.
rough with anyone.
Well, how about we at least try to get on the ship and start talking, and if he doesn't let us on, then we'll water walk and get on.
Maybe he won't even recognize us.
I doubt that.
I just look at you up and down.
I think that silence is all just looking at you.
Wait, does this
Hey,
mean?
Wild Gold, says like some little kid walking past.
Ah,
Hello,
Wild
one
Gold's-
of my many fans.
It's
I
all that
love getting
sticks out.
recognized.
Let's find the dwarf. Shaving time.
That was him, wasn't
it? Just to get. You're some ugly-looking humans.
He didn't even give you 5 gold.
Oh god.
One of the
Bulwark of the
greatest
North's
counters.
really fallen on tough times if you're shaving yourselves for 5 gold pieces.
Oh fuck's sake.
I'm going to include that particular dwarf in every campaign forever.
Anytime there's a furry character, you gotta. Just 5 gold
Still
pieces if you let me shave you.
It's a steal. Especially if you have gum in your fur.
Terrible. Moving on. All right. So, do we have a consensus about what we're doing?
We're attempting to get on board the regular way. And I will acquiesce.
It will just go, gangplank, I guess. If that's how you get on.
Excellent. The gangplank has security on the dock side, so you have to get past them first. And they recognise you, and like they're not initially going to let you on, but they don't tell you to go away either. They just basically try to stall you, right? Like you see what they're trying to do. They're not letting you on. They've sent a runner to go and get someone. What are you going to do?
Well, let's just go and get Drelland. We need to speak to him.
Yeah. Oh, great. They ask you to just wait there, and you're
the
happy
boat
to wait
leave?
for 2 minutes. The boat fucking it's gone.
They just pull
Smooth
it back and
rascal.
sail off.
Can I cast Arcane Eye when they send off their runner to follow the
Sure.
runner?
Yeah, all right. The Arcane Eye watches him as he zips through the gambling den and reaches Pao Ming, the mage, and Pao Ming immediately starts marching in your direction.
I'll get Havalax to like hide somewhere, like 10 feet away.
The mage
Absolutely.
is coming to investigate. And I'll. Do I have any more diamond dust on me? I do. I'm gonna cast non-detection on myself.
Okay.
Sprinkle some diamond dust over myself and say a few words, and I am now undetectable by. I can't be targeted with divination. And I will
She
minus-
appears. She appears not long after, and when she bursts out, she calls out to you from without walking down the gangplank down and looks down at you up from the boat. Why are you here?
We're here to speak with Drelland.
Authority to come aboard.
The authority given to us by the Lord's Alliance. We have one of its members among us, and we are lords independently as well.
Prove it.
I show
What?
the ring. I've got the papers too, if you want to see those.
And when she casted detect thoughts on us, did she say the verbal components, or did she do weird sorcerer stuff?
Yeah, she can't. Her spell was it was not subtle spell. No.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
So we saw her
Yeah.
cast the spell.
Yeah, you saw her cast a spell. That's right. And there's no indication that she's casting any spells right now. Let them come aboard. Inform Lord Dryland that he has visitors. Tell them the bulwark of the north is here, as expected.
Expected?
They were expecting us. What do we do?
Nothing. We continue as planned.
We were expecting that you were expecting us.
You were expected.
Gosh, she's playing mind games. I don't know what to do.
Don't think.
That's easy.
While everyone was talking and whatever else, Roz was just sitting in the back observing. Is there any chance he could have got a good look at maybe some of the pirates to see if they're just normal pirates or if they're a lot stronger than what they look like, or even what was it, Power Ming, the mage?
Absolutely. Even though this is an ability that you've got, make an insight check in any case.
Roger.
This boat is powerless against your party. Powerless. It's basically a question of how much damage you cause. It's not a question of whether or not you could defeat them. You could single-handedly defeat them. You don't think that's really a problem. You haven't. This isn't really necessarily counting Pao Ming or Lord Dryland or anything like that. But if you just talk about the security, it's village grade. It's really not very good at all.
Okay.
There really isn't any threat here other than yourselves. You are the threat.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
So they lead you through the gambling den, past the cards and the poker tables, the roulette tables, the chip change, and so on, through the kitchen, through the bunks, and finally down to the cabin. Pao Ming bows and then takes her leave. Bows opens the door and takes her leave, allowing you to enter the rather spacious but still modest cabin, where you find Lord Dryland pouring out several shots of fine rum, of spiced rum, and he's spilt it a lot. His hand is shaking, but he's laid out like fucking 10 or 11 little shots. Doesn't know how many of you are.
Would I still have seen visibility from when we first appeared in Yata?
Yeah, absolutely. And there is nothing invisible within this.
Okay.
Can I keep my arcane eye following Pao Ming as well?
All right.
Oh, my
She
leading you
stays
by the hand?
nearby. She goes about 60 feet away around the corner and waits.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's fine.
I really hope that when we reach for one of these shots, he just grabs it and downs all of them at once. It wasn't for you.
Can't get information out of me if I'm dead.
It's like reach over lesser restoration. Like, god damn it. Well, I suppose Prophet will step into the room and he'll just. We have come to ask questions, and you'd be best to answer them.
Oh yeah, I'll come in too.
Welcome back, me old friends. I've not seen you for some time. Have you been getting up to any mischief in me absence?
Depends what you
More or
call
less.
mischief, but I try not to associate with cultists.
But you do, though, don't you? Everywhere you go, flying through the sky, you've got cultists. Wherever you go.
Especially of a certain patron.
It's the cult of you. Aye. And he takes a drink. Well, I'll drink a toast to each and every one of you for what you've done and how far you got. Oh, join me. It's not poisoned, he says, drinking another and pouring himself another.
It's alcohol that is
Not
poison.
more than not more than it needs to be anyway.
Roz will grab one.
Prophet doesn't want his, I'll take two.
That's the spirit. Arr.
It is a spirit.
So,
That's a good one. It's a
so are all cultists of patron, and I will not name as of yet. Like, are all of her cultists as ignorant as our one? Like, do you know who you work for?
I know well enough. What's going on?
Well, just to get things clear, we know you work for the Chosen of Umberley. Which is how much do you know about your patron?
He skulls. He's wrong. You're good people, ain't you? Good people. Wouldn't hurt a fly that didn't deserve it, what?
I would.
Oh, he pours
In
another
the
drink and has
past.
another drink.
He's getting ready to dull the pain.
Why has your patron, the Chosen of Umberley, have you raiding up and down the Sword Coast?
Oh, why not? It's what we want to do, ain't it? There's nothing unusual. A bit of piracy. It's no worse than most legitimate trades. Taxes. Taxes are evil.
He's right, Prophet. Taxes are evil.
But why does such a powerful entity care about taxes? Why have they got you doing this?
He don't care about taxes, we do. We're not here to talk about taxes, are we? The only thing certain is taxes and death. And he sculls another drink and pours another.
So you just take
He
power
looks-
from the patron. She doesn't necessarily back you in any way.
Look, we have reason to believe that you were present for the death of the Queen of the Storm Giants.
Oh, you know that, do you?
And I'll produce the chip.
I was there. Cannot deny it. Not on me honor as a sea dog.
Well, that makes this easy.
Did you commit this crime? And if so, why?
Killed a woman, a queen she was, and took her husband, a king, and shipped him off. We did. I will not deny me role in it, and paid well I've been, rewarded I have been. Look at me now. Not some gutter runner anymore, am I? Not some captain of some lonely rowboat no more, no. I'm someone important. I'm a lord. Lord Dryland, Mayor of Yard Tower. I've made it, I have.
Were you ever told why they are holding the Storm King?
Can't say, no, don't know what he wants with him. And he begins to bleed from his nose. Trail of blood comes out.
Avondale,
Not,
can you diagnose this?
Can I diagnose, quote unquote, this? Is his brain getting scrambled here?
yes,
what
it's
is that?
medicine check.
And what is Pao Ming doing at the same time?
Still just listening in.
Wow, 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 wow. 29.
29. He looks like he is suffering mild psychic damage. Don't know why he took him. All I know is where. A trickle of blood comes out of the other nostril.
Where? Quick.
What's happening, Avondale?
I think his patron knows.
You think his patron disagrees with him telling us what's happening?
Well, of course.
He touches his moustache and realizes he's bleeding. What do I do? What do I do?
You've started. I don't think he's going to stop, or it.
Oh, stop! Well, I'll tell you everything. Just make it stop.
It's not us, it's your patron. You've
He's
worked
being
with...
held out in a boat. He's being held out in a boat out at sea. It's called the Maelstrom. The whole thing's shaped like a squid. Slark, he's got a real strange name. Slarkrithel, his name is. Slarkrithel, he's a giant kraken. Sits at the bottom of the ocean, an ancient... blood starts pouring out of his ears and his eyes and his mouth and his nose.
Wow.
That's fucking gnarly.
Now I almost feel sorry for him.
Is there a way, like, do I think if I resurrect this guy, he's just gonna get killed again? Probably, right?
He suffered death by massive damage, which is to say that he took a single attack, which reduced him all of his hit points, and then all the way into equal to his hit points in negative. Like he just, yeah. It's the equivalent of having your head chopped off. The guy suffered a massive brain aneurysm. True resurrection, that might work, but that's not much short
like
of that.
his actual like body parts got bursted in there as well.
Like his brain was hemorrhaged. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I can't regenerate body parts, I don't think. Nope.
Well, at least we got some information out of him.
Should we do something with him?
Yeah, I got an idea. Roz will look him over, see if he's got anything magic on him.
What's this? What's the octopus doing?
Yeah. He has a magical rapier at his belt, which has a squid-like hilt. The octopus is freaking out. It's trying to give him CPR.
Mouth to mouth.
Two hands. That's it. Using the mouth to mouth while also using the beating the heart at the same time. The octopus is multitasking.
Is he face hugging him?
Yeah, that's it. Face hugging him, applying pressure to the wound. He's doing everything.
So you still believe that the Chosen of Umberly is a good choice for our warlock?
Well, listen, Livy's done nothing to prove that he's like bad to me. I haven't really seen anything. Livy seems like a great person.
Well, I'll just quickly cast a gentle repose on the body.
And Laura will actually come up behind Aradel and start talking to the squid and just saying that, life happens and he's probably won't be coming back. But I know of a great place at Zymorven Hall if you'd like to come with me. Because Laura can talk to animals.
You just call an octopus a squid.
Do you
Yes.
want the octopus that may be also beholden to this patron?
Hey, Laura loves animals. I'm just playing a character. Luro.
Get out of here.
Doesn't have to come. Should just let you know that he's not coming back and he's dead.
Well,
Octopuro cannot resist the lure of adventure.
God dang it.
Octopuro!
I like that.
Do we... What was the name of the ship?
The Maelstrom?
Maelstrom, yes.
So they
Also,
named
speaking of
the
octopus,
ship
damn.
after the...
Oh, maybe it's not the Maelstrom. Maybe
Yeah,
I got the
Maelstrom
name
is
wrong.
the city,
I probably got the
isn't
name
it?
What the fuck?
I found that.
It was the
Oh god.
what's it called? Where is it? I thought I had it. The Morkoth. Sorry, yeah, my mistake. You can see where I got the mistake wrong. They both start with them. They both got two syllables.
They both
They're
have
both
the water.
weird names. Yeah, the Morkoth.
The Morcon. And what is now Mao Ping doing? Powling. Sorry.
Pao Ming.
She's panicking. Like you can see, she's gone pale, and she's looking like she might need to make a hasty exit.
What do we tell the people of Yata anything about this?
I think we confront that sorcerer about the source of her power as well.
She may be a wizard or something.
It seemed to me that the people didn't even know who their mayor was. I don't think they give a crap.
Let's catch up with the spellcaster because I don't think we ever found out what she was.
She might flee in a second if we take too long.
Okay,
She's around the
I'll
corner
leave the
over
room
there.
and I'll approach her.
She screams. Then she composes herself. what seems to be the issue?
Your captain just seems to have died randomly. Could you explain that?
Can you explain that? You were in the room with him, not me.
Well, it appears he revealed too much, and his patron killed him off. I'm just wondering, you have magic powers. What's the source?
I accepted your version of the events, and that is what I shall tell any journalist who asks.
Are you a sorcerer or a warlock?
Go on, prove it. Don't cast Eldritch Blast.
Wait, what was that?
Go on, prove it. Don't cast Eldritch Blast. If you have any cantrip that's not Eldritch Blast, then I will believe you're not a warlock. Anyway, so.
Yeah, how do you tell?
I mean, I suppose asking the source of their power, like where does your power come from?
Dragon blood within me.
Would it be an arcane roll to know what comes with that? What usually comes with that?
Sure, yeah, I can. Or insight check to perhaps see she's being deceptive.
I don't have guidance.
Yeah. It's a legitimate statement. There are usually physical signs like trace scales, for example.
Does she have said trace scales? That
you can see, but she's covered from neck to toe in robes. You can only see her face, really.
Unrobe. Prove it.
Show me your scaly titties.
I'll speak in Draconic.
What do you say? She replies.
I'll just say, can you understand me? Because the trait of Draconic sorcerers is speaking Draconic.
And she confirms that she can, and that your test is pointless.
I'll ask her what type of dragon and try to attack her with that element.
That's what.
No, don't do
that.
that.
We'll call everyone. It's like, what should we do with this one?
Nothing.
I don't know. She's not really a threat. She's not to me anyway.
What?
Did you work for him or did you work for his patron?
I work for money.
Show us your wrist, your forearm. Is that where the tattoo?
Rude in my culture to demand a woman show you her body.
Even just the forearm?
Even the forearm.
Well, it's rude everywhere else to peer into other people's minds.
You will ask to see my ankle next.
I have no interest.
Does the name Chosen of Umberly mean anything to you? And I suppose we'll be watching her to see if she physically reacts to the statement.
She seems to think about it, like her eyes go left and her eyes go right, and she instinctively thinks that it would be the name given to the most important priest of the Umberly Temple, I believe. Umberly is a god of the sea.
Well, I don't think she can do any harm that's not already done.
Then we shall take our leave.
She bows.
Well,
relaxes a little. A little.
Guys. He didn't finish his rum. I took it. Does anybody want some?
Yeah, I'll have a swig.
Here, have some.
Brilliant. Spiced rum imported from Mazteca. Imported spiced rum.
Don't drink it all.
Well,
I took it. It's mine.
Okay, you have the rest.
There's only one sip left.
Well, I've got a big mouth.
You're telling me.
Is there something I should know between you two?
What?
Nothing?
What do you want to know?
The little dude's like looking up at these two massive guys. Is just thinking if he's going to accuse him of being gay. Maybe not.
Ardell, you've been acting really weird lately.
Not really.
So
Weirder than
are we calling the ship or are we
before.
teleporting?
I mean, it'll take a while for the ship to get here, surely.
I can get us to Silvery Moon.
I can get 6 of us back to Zymorvan Hall.
There are 6 of us plus Halilaxis.
Plus Parallaxis. Does he count as being carried, though? No.
Put it, and you can use it as cargo.
I think at this
Well-
point someone else would have to carry him there. He's almost half the size of my character.
Makes sense.
Well, if we want, we either teleport or we wait a day or two for the boat to get here.
Let's just go to Silvery Moon and then wait for the boat to come to Silvery Moon.
All right.
Unless you want to
But-
stay in Yata.
It's best not to.
I don't
leave
like it here.
It's best not to leave circles everywhere. What should we do about the circles left on the ground?
Do you... I'm not sure. Does the magic not absorb the writing?
Hey, when you use a teleportation
I'll
circle,
find-
does it make the circle? Does the circle disappear afterwards? Because the entire campaign, I've been doing contingencies, hey, can you rub this out when I leave, or does it stay behind?
I've never had to answer that question before.
The thing, I think it's like you don't write down the way you're going. You write another formula to go to somewhere else, because when you make a teleportation circle permanent, you're writing the same thing over and over on a ground, and that is to get to that teleportation circle if you make it permanent.
To
Right?
make it easy, I was just going to say
It
Roz
is,
can find a
A
peasant.
circle on a ground inscribed with sigils that link your location to a permanent teleportation circle.
Yeah.
So if I write down the sigils of the Silvery Moon one, someone else could come along, look down, and see the sigils.
Right.
I
Roz
think
was gonna...
more like sorry.
Well, this is easier for Roz to pay a peasant 10 gold because I've never seen 10 gold before in their hands, probably.
Yeah.
That's so much.
Yeah, that solves the problem. Absolutely.
I'll just find a guard who has no idea how to use magic by the looks, and
Someone
Yeah,
kicked dust
yeah.
over it.
yeah, I need you, when we leave, just get a broom or get some dirt and just throw it on this for me. 10 gold, all yours.
Yeah.
But if it's not rubbed out when I come back, your head on the ground.
He tells you that he just lost his job, and this 10 gold is going to pay for his mortgage. So he's stoked.
Ah, well, yeah, you have 12.
Fantastic.
I knew you were gonna up it.
He's so happy that he wants to name his son after you.
Oh, really? Oh, I'll be on it.
And then,
You
so
never
when you
told
tell
me
you,
his name.
It's
when
Jeremy.
we're gonna name my son after you. What's your name, sir?
His name's Eugene.
Oh,
Well,
shit, I can't name him
well.
that.
Sorry to all Eugenes out there.
It's actually Roz.
In that
Roll-
case, I'll name my daughter after you.
Well,
And
how about a nicer name like Ray?
Yeah, good for boys or girls. What a great idea.
Alright, guys, I found a guy who's gonna rub out the circles for us when we leave.
I'll write the circle and we'll teleport to Silvery Moon.
Brilliant. There you are in Silvery Moon, a town that knows your name.
They know us.
Everybody
Wow.
knows your name.
Well,
Cheers. Anyway.
that was a good little trip. Good amount done in a day.
Yes, more or less.
Remember the times where we
Cool.
would have to walk between the places?
I imagine it's nighttime now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Roz is getting drunk. It's been a while. You can get smashed in Silvery Moon.
Yeah, it's safe. People don't rob you in Silvery Moon. People
Wild.
wouldn't rob you anywhere, but anyway.
Wild.
They can
Wild.
try.
Yeah.
Pub crawl? Pub crawl?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a little bit of downtime.
Oh, it has been, hasn't
And
it?
usually when I'm in Silvery Moon, I just spend it with old man's eye moving.
That's Avadel. You up for some divination?
Divination?
What? You want to come to the pubs?
When have I gone to the pub with you?
Come
Well done.
on! You're
That was
so
that one
lame,
time.
Prophet.
Yeah, that was that one time you enjoyed it so much you were on the ground laughing
You're talking about the
for,
sponge, aren't you?
for ages.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I had fun.
The sponge was a bit of a fiasco, though.
Come on.
I have questions I need to ask.
I will go to a nice bar.
Sure, I'm sure we can find one.
There are 4 different bars in this street. An Orc Ale House, a Dwarf Whiskey Bar, an Elven Wine Cafe, and a Halfling Stout Hall.
Guess where I'm going.
The wine
The
cafe.
Orc Ale House.
The
Oh.
Elven Wine Cafe.
Really?
Orc
It's
Ale
like
House
also
is
the-
for when I get a bit tipsy.
So we start in the wine cafe. We start high class, and there's a bunch of girls here who have just gotten back from the races. They watched some chariot races that were pretty violent. A couple of people got killed, but that's they got resurrected afterwards because this is Silvery Moon, and it's part of your contract. You die, you get rezzed. It's a pretty good contract.
Would be pretty cool to have like resurrection as part of your contract.
So it gives you a lot of confidence to go that much harder.
I guess I'll get a room somewhere.
And here you are in the entertainment part of town. I mean, you can go and camp on. There's a camping ground over there that belongs to your fairy dragon. You can camp over.
Yeah. I don't have Golder's Tower prepared.
What a shame. Anyway,
Have to get an actual room.
you have a magnificent time in Silvery Moon. One last party before the real job gets done. You run into a whole number of characters, exotic wizards from far away, and strange necromancers who try to justify their art as science. A centaur who wants to pick a fight with you but hasn't got a hope in hell. Yeah. Reformed demon. She's pretty upset. She's pretty upset. She was a demon back in the day. She was a pretty powerful demon. A bat demon. It's a unique type that you've not heard of. But basically, she stopped being really, really evil. And she started to question the nature of evil, and she started to ask whether there was a point just spending all of her eternity in the Blood War doing nothing but sinister, dark, cruel, nasty things. And she thought maybe there could be some variety in her existence. And the more she thought about it, the better an idea it came. And eventually she fell from grace, and she stopped being evil and became neutral. And she's never been the same since. She's really depressed now. She's really upset. She feels like she's lost her identity, like she's lost her way in the universe, because she just doesn't know what to do with her life anymore now that she's discovered a whole range of different moral points of view.
She's becoming human.
Having a crisis of faith.
Silvery Moon become human.
Yeah, I was about to say something like that.
And that's our next campaign, is making her human.
Yeah. It's one way to do
We're
it.
playing reformed demons.
So yeah, she's the most interesting person that you meet in the Elven Wine Cafe, but she's got work in the morning, so she has to leave early. So she thanks you for your time, pays half of the bill, and leaves without giving you her number.
What's she do for work?
She's an accountant.
All right.
That makes sense.
The
I
demons
would've
in the
thought lawyer.
details this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Abadal have any like feedback for that question I gave? Like I guess I provided.
The
It's
one
above the
about
spellcast.
talking to I probably would have just said to you that he didn't end up talking you to her. And that your memory has failed you, old man.
Yeah, but he might have done something else.
Ask your questions.
So is Abadal going to be there for the questions, or you've gone drinking?
He's on a small pub crawl. He needs to keep relatively sober, so he knows that he has a nuclear bomb on his person.
Or divination?
Orc tries to pick a fight with you at the Orc Ale House.
Me?
You and him. Come on, fist only. Come on, show us what you got. You think you're so fucking good, don't you?
Beat his ass, Aradel!
Fists only summons Big B's hand.
Come on, Aaron. It's about time you showed us what you got. Come on.
Punch him in the jaw!
Go left, right, good night.
I don't have that.
How tough? How tough does this orc look?
Could I have prepared otherworldly form?
About as tough as like the guy that tends your garden.
I mean, I could probably beat him up then.
Otherworldly form, yeah, absolutely.
Could I have prepared it? I don't have it prepared today, quote unquote.
It's fine. I don't know what it does.
It makes you very good at melee combat. But I mean, why don't you just beat him up? Like you're high enough, you could probably beat him.
I do like 1 damage a punch.
Yeah, and you have like what 300 AC. I have like 20 something AC and like 70 hit points.
Scared. He's scared of me. He is.
I don't fight with fists.
Well, you are tonight. And he takes a swing. He starts it.
There you are, Aaron. Come on.
Boom.
Get
You take
it,
1
get
hit
him.
points of damage as he hits you. 1 hit
Ow.
point damage.
Oh, you ja.
Excuse me. Please,
Come
sir.
on.
Alright, stop, and then I'll cast banishment on him.
Alright, everyone laughs and goes back to their drinks.
Oh, that was a good punch. You made him disappear.
Well, for a minute. I wish I was stronger. I could permanently put him somewhere else.
Yeah, in the dirt. Am I right?
Comes back from the far realm.
I mean, I
Turns his life around.
I can turn him into dirt if you want.
I don't think he needs to be turned into dirt. Well, he'll be back in a minute. Wait, how does banishment go up? Time? No, extra.
It goes up with extra
people.
targets.
Dang. Oh well, he's banished for a minute. He punched me.
Yeah. You sure didn't like it.
Well, he's in timeout for now.
Oh, it's fine. Come here. We'll get more drunk.
I can't get too drunk.
Oh, yes, you can.
I've got your big cup right here. Open wide. Rolls open his mouth.
I'm doing. Come on.
I guess I'm drinking.
Assault, and a policeman tries to get involved to tell you your rights, that you don't have to be treated like this in this city. And if you want to press charges against these 2 individuals, then we have many witnesses.
They are more or less my friends. It's all right.
So yeah, you go from bar to bar, have a great time, massive feast at the Halfling Bar, a lot of high potent whiskies at the Dwarf Bar. And by the time you finish at the Dwarf Bar, you're fucking blind, hey? Like the potency of the drinks there is just incredible. They pull out the dwarf grappa, and once they pull out the grappa, you know that the night's going to be over.
If anyone else tries to approach me to fight me, I just blast him with the decanter of endless water.
Perfect. You wake up the next morning with hangovers you haven't experienced for a while. That dwarf grappa should never have touched it, to be honest. But you wake up with hangovers that are quickly cured by one of the best breakfasts you've ever had. Piles of bacon and eggs and pancakes and fresh juices of a dozen different fruits, bread from far away, all of it cooked by halflings and kobolds who know their
I cast lesser
And-
restoration on myself.
perfect. And when you're finally done with your breakfast, it's almost 11 o'clock, and you figure that you probably should start adventuring sooner or later.
I suppose when I wake up, I wake up a bit earlier than the people who drank alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And then
would
you
have
get up with the birds.
I would have sent off a sending spell to the half dragon to bring the ship here.
Magnificent. And it's all prepped and ready to go. Your cultists at your service.
My flask is still there.
Sure is. No one dares rob you. You guys are like, it'd be like robbing Chuck Liddell. Like, fuck that, man.
Pretty hard to get past my eyes. I have like my 2 big bodyguards.
Like we just wake up and it's gone. It's like, oh, god damn it!
Oh shit, the flask.
And like someone just thinks it's a flask of alcohol. They open it.
Oh no. Do you have to say something when you open it? I can't remember.
So I think there's an activation. But don't you hate it when you steal someone's drink and it's like
It's
a titan?
It's an ancient primordial.
It's an ancient
Damn.
primordial titan.
I hate that.
That's my favorite drink, man. I love that.
I suppose,
G-
just imagine
can
being
really
that
feel the burn
primordial
down
and
your
being
throat.
saved by like an alcoholic like who is drunk. It's like, do you just smite them to save yourself the embarrassment, or like do you give them like everlasting life as a reward? Like what do you do?
Who knows?
Make them a level 20 warlock. But anyway,
Well, they'll just get immolated, I think.
Avadel, are you ready to do some divination then? Now that you've finished drinking.
I am. What shall we be doing today?
I just need a blessing.
Oh, alright. I cast the Bless ability
In 9 minutes when I finish ritual casting and the other one.
after I wait 9 minutes.
Oh,
9.5 minutes.
this will be
just to
on
safe.
the flight back.
Oh, we're on the plane.
Yeah.
You're contacting on the plane. On the plane.
Yes.
You've just gotten your below average meal. The terrain is all getting a little bit blasé at this point, and so you pull out your laptop and contact another plane.
Google.
We complain about no free peanuts anymore because of the people with the peanut allergy making a big complaint about it for no reason.
Hey pal, was your order to stop serving peanuts? Don't look at me. You're the shareholders here.
I forgot the D4.
All right, so you contact an entity that is probably getting sick of your questions right now. No, but seriously, what sort of entity are you trying to contact? Any in particular, or just reaching out?
I mean, I'm asking questions about events that have happened, so I guess
Ask Umberly.
contact unbelievers. I want questions about your high priest. I
Can she
guess
lie?
the spell doesn't say it can be a lie. It says the gem answers, so I guess it can be a lie. So I guess I'll contact the god of scrying, like the god of wizards and scrying.
Oh, the god of scrying, yeah, okay. Like Azuth maybe is like god of spells or something.
And there's also
that might work.
Savras.
Oh yeah, Savras, another good one.
He's
yeah.
also the god of like truth and judges. Like judges worship him, so he's
Contact
unlikely to lie.
Vector.
Fantastic. The fact that you know the difference between the two is better than I do, because like they always blended into one for me.
Call
I think
Vecna.
they literally blended into one with 4E. Like I think the writers just like, fuck this, let's just make it one god.
Too
But
many
anyway,
gods.
regardless
No,
of
I don't know
of
anything
the,
about Azuth. I
the
just know
lore.
about Savras.
Ah, there we go. That's in any case, it is a great choice. And so you contact Savras, who is happy to help you in the chance that one day you will free him from Azuth's dominion.
Is this going in the party quest?
It is indeed. It is the quests that happen after the campaign.
Okay,
is
who's
over.
ready for a paragraph question? Okay, what did Livy Oregano, the changeling from Waterdeep, who works for the Waterdeep Times and is currently in the party, is currently in the company of the party known as the Bullock of the North? What did he do when he talked? When we sent him to talk to the Princess Zona on our behalf?
That's a oddly specific question.
It is so specific. There's one way. It's basically, what did he do when we sent him off to speak to Queen Zona?
It's because we were teasing him that that it could have been about a different Livy.
It could not be a different Livy this time.
The GM answers with one word, such as yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, unclear. The one word answer is speak.
And I'll put, who did Livy Oregano, the changeling from Waterdeep, who works for the Waterdeep Times and is the company of the Bullock of the North, what did he say to this person when he's...
Complex is the response. You're only expecting a one-word response, and so
okay.
it would be hard for it to deliver the response.
Okay, here's one that's one word. That's probably one word. Has Livy Oregano, the change... Okay, do I have to say it every time? Or...
No, you didn't. You never did.
Okay, has Livy Oregano conspired with any groups or individuals to betray or harm the party or anyone in the party?
Have I dropped?
I was thinking...
Yeah, we're waiting for Prophet to carefully word his
I thought I asked it.
Yeah, I didn't. I said no. I responded no. Yeah.
I was thinking...
Sorry.
I was sure the answer there would be yes because of the turtle he talked to.
The turtle? I don't even remember what
Remember
that is.
that? Yeah.
He got the potion maker. He
Yeah.
talked to the potion makers about poison in one of the party's potions.
Okay, so like the fact that it didn't register was no great conspiracy to me. No, even in that case, he's really kind of just acting alone.
I've got 5 questions written down.
At the same time, he did try to destroy the potion as well. So, kind of evened out, I guess.
Yeah, and I also don't see it as any sort of grand conspiracy either.
Okay.
Like, that was my interpretation of it. It just didn't qualify for
Okay,
what I thought the question was.
Question 4 on my list then, because I think I've asked 3 questions.
Yes.
Has a plot devised by Livy Oregano come to pass regardless of whether or not it was successful?
As a plot device.
Not just a plot.
Devised. There you go.
Has a plot devised by Livy come to pass?
Whether or not it was successful.
I'll turn to you guys as players. Do you guys think so? Like,
was drank
my
the
instinct
potion.
is to say no. Like,
Yeah, but nah.
I don't even really see that so much as really a plot, so much as a prank, right? I don't know.
It was super tetanus.
Yeah, but that's kind of funny when you're immortal heroes like we are. You know, like if Loki did it, let's imagine Loki did it. Is that malicious? Yeah, kinda. But you know, is it some grand conspiracy? No, it's not a grand
Yeah, but
conspiracy. It's just Loki
I've
being
gone down
a
from
dickhead.
conspiracy to plot. Like,
All right, look, I'll answer with unclear. How's that? Because like to me, no. But yeah, we'll go with unclear.
Yeah, because it can't really come to pass whether it's successful or not as well. Can a plot happen if it's unsuccessful?
Or if you back out of it, yeah, and he kind of did. Yeah,
he
yeah.
did-
So you understand
he
my
got
reason.
Roz to drink the potion, though.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he also could have killed Iglis like easily, but he
Or
saved
just
him.
let him go.
He got him out, put him in. Like, you're okay.
Roz isn't going to die from super tetanus anyway. Come on, not unless like you feed it to him when he's on 0 hit points and 1 death save.
Okay, the fifth question was contingent on one of the other answers being different. I suppose I'll ask, why has the Chosen of Umberley not killed the Storm Giant King yet?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's only a 1 answer, unfortunately, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
give me a
In
short
portent.
phrase.
Useful.
It does say at the bottom there, if the one-word answer would be misleading, the GM might instead offer a short phrase as an
Sexy.
answer.
Who did we ask Savras, didn't it? And Savras replies, "Damned if I can work it out."
God,
that's 5
knowledge
questions.
goes, damn, I'm stumped.
He's like, this is
He's
one
like-
thing I do not understand.
Here's a plot
I mean,
hole for you.
How many people can say they asked a god of truth and like scrying the god of wizards a question and the god answered, "I have no idea." Like,
Yeah, you're right. That is actually a really cool campaign thing now that you mention it. The fact that we asked the god of knowledge something and they couldn't answer.
You go tell the clerics of Savras about it and they kill you for heresy.
Does 1 + 1 truly equal window?
It does.
so at least now I know that feeding someone super tetanus is a prank now.
Well, it depends on who it is, right? Like if you give it to, I'm not going to go into it, but if you give it to a
Prophet.
vulnerable person, then it's a little bit different than if you give it to an immortal person.
Well. Wait, you can get unholy water? I just found out.
It's just piss. No.
I guess. Demon piss. Or devil piss, rather.
Alright, so what's our plan for today? Are we going to go find that ship?
Yes, I guess. Was it Fireshear where we heard the attacks were coming from mostly? Or not coming from, but were attacked? Fireshear? Should we travel there to ask if they know where these psychic pirates are sort of coming from?
That's really, really far away. It's very cold up there.
We have a flying boat.
I've got an idea. Why don't we get a regular boat and take it out? We'll be pirates for a little bit. That'll be fun.
Well, I mean, less chance of losing the boat, I guess. This one, at least.
Yeah, I'd rather go on the flying one. Less chance of coming across big sea monsters too.
Were you afraid of big sea monsters, are ya?
No, it's just I can't go swimming in the water with all
Roz
this
is a
armor on.
pussy. Roz is a
Oh.
pussy.
I'll take that sword back, Wild. You keep talking like that.
Don't take the sword back. I like
Yeah,
the sword.
damn right.
Well, on the flying ships to Fireshear, do we know? Has anyone heard of any other attacks along the Sword Coast yet?
I think you probably have the best idea for what's been going on. You're very knowledgy.
I guess. I guess we just try to find out by going to the coast then. Probably the best.
Sounds good to me.
And I suppose we could use sending spells to people all along the Sword Coast about like
Oh,
current news.
you can send it to Thwip. He's nearby. He's the first person to tell us about the psychic pirates.
Hmm.
Thwip Ion Bottom.
Yeah, no worries. And so you send a message to Thwip, and he comes through with the goods. He knows what's going on. He's got an ear to the various Harper networks. And when you tell him, I think you were given the description that it was a squid-shaped boat, right? Were you
A
told that?
A squid-shaped boat.
Yeah. A squid-shaped boat has been spotted in a particular vicinity. It's a big vicinity, like a 100 miles square, pretty much. It's a large chunk of the ocean. But there has been multiple sightings of a squid ship out in that direction, in that vicinity, over a period of the last couple of months. So it nails it down somewhat, somewhere out near the whale bones, which is more or less due west of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Huh. Could I? I could try and scry on Slarkrathel with only second-hand knowledge of him.
After you just watched someone die to psychic damage.
Yeah, I technically have a connection with them. I'm sure it'll be
And
fine,
this
right?
couldn't possibly go poorly for you.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, I guess not for now.
But I'll catch out Livy one of these days. I'll ask the right question.
Why don't you just commune? Good spell.
Don't think I have that one.
I do. I guess we just fly it over to. Should we fly directly to where the extremely large area of water that the squid boat has been seen?
Should we get harpoons for our flying ship?
Oh, you want to weaponize it?
Yeah,
We have
Does
a
it ha-
harpoon on the front, don't we? Or a ballista, something like that.
I have no idea.
Where
I can't really remember what's on the boat.
we had a blueprint image somewhere. There was a handout, wasn't it? Maybe.
It's pinned, I'm sure. Time for crab. Ah, the stats of the boat are pinned, not the layout. That's all right.
Oh yeah, there it is. It does have some sort of like trebuchet thing on the front.
Where'd you see the picture?
Chapter 4, The Chosen Path. Airship of a Cult.
I
Isn't that it?
just found the image as well. I believe. I'll copy and paste it.
Don't do
That's
it.
it, isn't it?
That's a boat.
Pretty sure that's it.
Looks like it. Dragon Cult airship.
That's it. That's definitely it. Yeah. They got the big balloon and all that.
So yeah, we do have one ballista.
6 meters wide.
Something at the back as well. Sort of
Yeah,
little...
there's one in the back. There's a small
Oh
one.
yeah.
So the front one looks like a giant harpoon, and the back one looks like a ballista. Or not really a ballista. What I don't know what the small version is. Probably still
Arbalest?
ballista. Arbalist? That's just a crossbow, isn't it?
It's a heavy crossbow.
Same diff, I guess. It's all the same, whatever. Small ballista on the back of the boat, big crossbow on the front. Not crossbow, harpoon. Well, I said we should try to find it then, I guess. Do we all still have our potions of Water breathing.
No.
Did we end up buying that? Cannot remember.
Well,
Yeah, I did buy those,
I
didn't
think Prophet got the spell, didn't he?
I have the spell in my book, but I think we also
Yeah, there
got
you go.
scrolls, potion.
No, we didn't. We got potions of lightning resistance for those that needed it.
Oh yes, that's that.
yeah,
Well-
I don't have any water breathing potions at all.
Prophet has us settled to that.
Sweet.
So we've got weapons on the. Where would we be able to buy bombs to like drop off the side of the boat?
You can't
Onto
buy them, you'll have to make them.
Luskin. No, jokes.
Yeah, you can't buy them, you'll have to make them. But that's not as hard as it sounds. Or maybe it is just as hard as it sounds. It really depends on your party composition and the resources that you've got access to. Yeah. Do we have anyone inventive, capable enough to make them? What do you think? You know, it depends what your bombs are, for example. Any ideas?
Can I make a holy hand grenade?
Short answer is yes. Yeah.
I was
Yes.
Yeah, no, Roz can't. It's the one thing he isn't good with is tinkering.
I can be good at tinkering for 20 minutes at a time.
Wait, what are you trying to
don't
make?
know. I was just trying to find the easy way. I just wanted to throw gold at some monkey and him giving me some bombs.
You know what we could do?
Bombs?
We could just get like 1,000 silver pieces and throw them off the ship from really high up.
Why don't you just get some Molotovs?
'Cause
Fire
I
bombs are
I
easy.
have herbalism.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of oil in the swamp, so your peasants can go and gather you bulk amounts of oil and tar, shit like that. It's not actually explosive, but it is very burny.
Very burny.
We probably don't want to get rid of the boat with burning. We just gotta find the boat.
You're running all the fun.
We've done it. We've fought a giant boat before without bombs. I'm sure
What do
we'll
you
be
mean? We
fine.
set half of it on fire.
Yeah, I said that was without bombs.
Yeah, it'll be right. I'm sure we'll work it out. Probably won't even need the bombs. That's how strong we are.
I don't think we do.
Oh wait, actually, there's something. I want. Is there like this seems a bit dumb, but is there like a flotation device you can buy to like put around yourself so if you fall in the water, it stops you from
Yes.
drowning?
Yes, actually, we have discovered that there are a race of people called the myconoids, and they float. And so you can buy a living floaty.
Yeah,
They prefer to live in the Underdark though, so they don't like bright lights, like the sunlight, for example.
I would, after the last encounter on a boat where I almost drowned, I would indeed like to buy a floaty.
All right, it costs 50 gold pieces. It's psychic, and it considers itself a prisoner.
I'll let it. I'll just basically tell it it's going to go free once I'm finished with this little mission.
Well, it's glad to hear that. It wants to be set free somewhere in the Underdark, somewhere cool and with lots of poo.
Promise of freedom makes slavery okay.
It does.
The mushroom, like, it thinks that that's an okay deal. It's not a very good critical thinker.
It's just a mushroom. It's not real slavery.
He's right, you know. All right. So,
I have an idea of my next character now.
enslaved mushroom.
You just you know the water walk spell, but you can only cast it on one person per day, and nothing else.
All right.
Yep, I'm ready now.
So we fly out beyond the coast, hundreds of miles out to sea in the direction of the whalebones. And we are out here for surely I can just make a decision. I don't need to roll. But I roll nonetheless. We are out here for 4 days. Now, during this period, we do in fact spot a large blue dragon out at sea, just frolicking around. A big dragon, absolutely huge. And if we were on the waves, then we'd probably be threatened by it. It might be able to destroy us. But we're far too high for its lightning breath to reach us, and it doesn't break the sea line. So we are able to avoid this ancient worm if we choose to do so, and we do. Bigger fish to fry? Not hunting dragons?
Is it Emelrith?
No.
Can we distinguish this blue dragon as Immelrith? Do we
It's
know
a
what
boy.
they all look like?
It's got Matchbox cars and like He-Mans and shit. It doesn't have Barbies.
It's wearing Spider-Man boxes.
Yeah, dragon. Fuck. That sucks. Yeah, we're supposed to kill a dragon in this thing. Well,
I told you we should have gotten a regular boat.
I think.
And also, I can't do any fishing up here.
Why don't you get a longer string?
Well, the only longest string is attached to the balloon, and the cultists won't let me use it.
I wonder
I think
why.
saving the world is also more important than killing a random dragon.
What if that's Immelrith?
It isn't.
It could be.
Could be.
I
How
doubt
do
it.
you know, Prophet, huh?
Aradel said it isn't, and I trust him.
Aradel's a dirty liar.
I can see great distances with these glasses, and I saw its penis.
Oh,
Well, that's fair enough.
alright, might not be Immelrith then.
Could be.
You just said it's got a penis.
We don't know. In the
Should we go check
capabilities of
anyway?
Dragons.
I'm pretty sure I can hit it with a coin from here.
I
We
will
shouldn't
leave
though,
it
should
be.
we?
No, we shouldn't. Let's go rescue the Storm King.
All right.
Alright, I
We
guess.
can't throw coins at the ancient balloon. We have responsibility.
Damn responsibilities.
After 4 days, half of which are spent glumly because we didn't fight the dragon, you finally come across a strange ship shaped like a squid. It's pretty tall. It's got multiple decks. You can see that. But on the main deck, the deck that is exposed to the surface, they have a large man, some 30 feet long, it would appear, and he is tied to the deck. It doesn't seem to be resisting. Perhaps he's asleep or something.
Someone laying down. What?
How
Sorry?
tall
Yeah,
is it?
that's right. A 30-foot tall man, and he's tied to the deck of this squid-shaped boat. You ever seen Gulliver's Travels? I haven't. but
Oh, I
it's
have.
like
Yeah, I know
that.
exactly what you're talking about.
I've
Okay.
seen
Yeah.
pictures.
I was
Well-
about to say that's a good movie, but no. It's
Oh,
not.
I'll ask Aradel if he can identify this
It's a good,
person.
good story, but I've never seen the movie.
Well, I'll hazard a guess and probably say that's most likely the Storm King.
Their aquamarine skin is distinctive.
Can we? Since we can, like, how well do you have to know the person for sending?
Well, I can see him, so I guess I know him now. With you are familiar with. Now I am familiar with him because I have seen him and know who he is.
Have I also seen him?
You've got eyes, so yeah, you can see this guy. He's
Do I have a
enormous. He's bigger than the
spyglass?
mast.
I think I got a spyglass at some point.
Yeah, you do.
I remember
That's
you
what I
getting
thought-
one, yeah.
No, he does. He has a spyglass.
Yeah.
I remember Aradel being like, "I look through my spyglass," like quite a few times.
Yes.
Can I use this spyglass to remove
You
any
may
doubt that I've
borrow
seen him?
a spyglass.
I think that should remove any doubt that you've seen him. Yes, that's a good terminology.
That was a good 1,000 gold investment from the past.
I didn't buy it. I think I took it from
Okay.
someone.
Probably from the frost giants.
Okay, so
Ooh.
what should we ask this guy?
Do we need to ask him anything?
I suppose
Can't we just?
confirmation who he is. Are there any guards? How often they come around? Stuff like that.
I imagine everyone on the ship is, a pirate, so therefore they are a guard, I guess. That's our guy. How about we just go down to the ship and just try and get on? And if they don't want to talk or let him go, then we just start doing our thing.
I'm glad Livy isn't here. This would be a
Mm.
you can see the conflict of interest here, can't you? Surely you can see that, Roz.
Mm. What do you mean conflict of interest? Like between Livy, like what we should do here, or?
Well, Livy is a warlock of the Chosen of Umberley. Everyone down there is a cultist for the Chosen of Umberley.
But he's an extremely good liar.
And he could be lying to us.
Roz doesn't think that. Roz trusts Livy quite a bit. Roz is like Iglis, not Iglis. He's saved a few people. He's helped him out. He's done nothing to wrong him.
Yeah, but
You talk to the gods quite a bit. Roz understands that, but it's just how he is. He trusts people on their actions and whatever else.
But you don't think it's a little weird that we are asking him to betray his patron by doing this?
If he betrays his patron, then he'll just bleed to death anyway.
Mm.
Well, he's not here anyway. We'll deal with that the consequences next when he decides to turn up.
Sounds good to me.
I will sit down and ritual cast walk on water on everyone.
I guess if we're ritual casting, I'll do Rary's telepathic bond.
Yeah, when the boat first comes into sight.
Are you a wizard?
Excellent.
Aridon? No? Oh, okay.
I have the spell prepared, so I can still ritual cast it as long as it's prepared.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought wizards could only ritual cast, but
No, they're the only ones that can ritual cast, even if they don't have it
Yeah,
prepared. 'cause they have
wizards
a
are the
book.
best.
okay. Cool.
All right.
I always
So you're
have it
ready to-
prepared.
You're ready to walk on water. Anything else?
Are we going to fly down and sail across the sea for a bit, or are we going to fly down and land next to it?
I think catch them by surprise. I don't think we want to be cordial with them.
Mm.
Okay, let's go. But do they have any ballistas or
They
Oh
do.
yeah. Can we spy the amount of people as well?
Yeah, I think I might just take you over to the map.
Oh.
I don't think it's going to hurt to do so.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if we just fly and land next to it, they'll just wreck the ship.
We should do a halo jump.
Yeah.
Release. So the way it's look, I'll just take you over to the map and you should be able to see for yourself. I don't know if there's any dynamic lighting. I probably should check that first. If there is, I'll switch it off. If there is, and I'll just get rid of it. So I don't think it's going to help.
Featherfall is not a concentration spell.
But yeah, no, it's not. So there you go. There's the squid-shaped ship. As you can see, it's divided into multi-decks, and he's on the bottom deck. The decks are only at the front and the rear. It's maybe looking at the side view might reveal the design better than the top views do. So it's a strange little ship. I thought it had ballistas. Maybe it doesn't. Or are these ballistas on the aftcastle and forecastle?
That could be one there.
There's-
Yeah, they look like
four.
balls
Yeah.
to me.
And I think if you
Yeah.
moved the guys, there'd probably be one here as well.
Yeah, they look like the little crossbows on our boat.
Yeah. So
here
they're
they are,
not huge, but they are there.
I wonder if
So,
this.
yeah,
I wonder if this guy here is
so it's
different.
pretty lightly armed, to be honest. Yeah, there's a half orc and someone wearing robes.
I'd say they're probably easier to take out than giants.
Yeah, I'm thinking we
Yeah,
could.
it should be.
I think a halo jump would be pretty cool, as long as it's 2 rounds before we hit the deck, because then I can cast the spell twice.
Yeah, how fast does this boat move?
It charges along at about 30 knots. It's a pretty quick boat. Yeah, it's fast. which is a speed of probably 30 or maybe more than that actually, maybe a speed of 40 or 50. It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
And these ballistas, like, do they have like a limited like swivel, or can they aim like directly up?
I think we'll call it an unlimited swivel. They've got straight up though. They couldn't do straight up. No, they're not designed to take out things that are taken from above.
Could we like get directly above the ship and then slowly like lower while keeping the ship directly beneath us?
Yes, but not easily because their ship moves and it's obviously a very agile ship. Squid design would suggest to you that it's quite agile. It's
And able to go
clearly
underwater.
kind of it's an odd ship, right? Uses some kind of magical technology because the back parts of it are actually beating like a squid. It's really weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird indeed. Theoretically, your plan could work, hovering over it and lowering down below, but it appears that it is probably more agile in the water than your airship is in the air.
This feels like the exact type of ship that contests of the sea would be driving.
How did we not pick this shit up earlier? Harpers, you could have told us this fucking 4 months ago, right?
But we have Wall of Force.
Yeah.
Can storm giants drown? Like,
I guess not. They didn't seem to think they to remove the
do we
water
get the
out
Book of
the
Giant
tomb.
lore out and try to figure?
Question. I'm pretty sure that they're aquatic.
I mean, they live under the water.
They live under the water, right?
And there's one really cool picture of a giant underneath a boat in online.
It seems unthinkable that they couldn't survive underwater, but maybe they just hold their breath for a really long time.
For eternity.
You're talking about that photo
Maybe.
where like the giant's coming up with his like he's raising his hand and he's like you can
Mhm.
just see his face. Yeah, that is a really
Yeah.
cool photo. Yeah.
Find it
I
for
guess
me.
would it be like a knowledge check of some
Um,
kind?
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah,
like
so
me
I'm
to
pretty
history?
sure they can.
If it's history, I can give you advantage, as I give you like ideas for books that the answers could be in.
Hey, I've read that one. Whoop. With a 9, I get 21.
I'm looking at it now. It's got to be the case though.
Yeah, it's a cool picture.
They've got a swim speed, so they could definitely survive underwater. Yeah.
That's
Because
such a
my
cool
current
picture.
thought is if we're faster, we can just get ahead and I'll wall the force and just wreck their ship.
I guess. But if it sinks, we won't be able to unchain him.
Yeah, just you don't need to destroy the ship. I don't think that's needed. If we just get on there, we can
I reckon
do a
just
lot more
board it.
work.
Yes. Let's try and do a very quick boarding.
Alright. Sounds good to me. I just gotta ask a few questions before we do actually go on this map. So that's like we can see the giant there? It's not
Yeah,
blocked, right? Like
that's right.
okay.
Yeah. He's on the lowest deck, but that's kind of open, like a plaza, or maybe an open air plaza, kind of.
Okay.
And you can see it. Yeah. There's
Cool.
a tower at the back and a tower at the front, and they have multiple decks. But apart from that, it's
This seems like it's too easy for some reason. I wouldn't be
We
surprised
have-
if it was like an illusion.
Could be. Well. And we have no idea about these guys too.
May I try to perceive if it is an illusion?
what you do. So
I think for illusions it's an investigation check. But I guess
investigate it.
I'm not really. Yeah. I have very big eyesight.
That's
So
pretty good.
checking to see if, like sea spray like goes
I
through
will-
the illusion or not, or like clings to his skin, like realistically.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's a good
Oh,
idea.
guide Aridel.
Thank you. I
You got it.
I have eyes of the eagle, and I'm going to use my spyglass.
Yeah, and Ross is pointing out where the spray is striking.
It's like I'm there. Investigation. Wow, 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 wow.
21.
21.
all looks legit. Like the spray is behaving as it should. It's a hell of an illusion.
Solid.
It seems to be right. The storm giant is not moving though. He might as well be dead. Might as well be gentle.
All right. I don't know how this spell works because I've never used it before, but I knew we were going in the water. Sorry. I'll just ping.
Ooh,
That's a big spell.
yeah. Oh, control water.
So would redirect flow, which is about halfway down, it's really annoying that they don't have the like dot points, quote unquote, all the different ways you can use it, like formatted so that they're easy to find. But about halfway down, you cause flowing water in the area to move in a direction you choose, even if the water has to flow over obstacles, up walls, or in other unlikely directions. Blah blah blah. Would that slow or impede this boat at all, making it easier for us to board?
Potentially, absolutely, yeah. A normal boat, it should be quite effective. Against this one, you can only guess, but it should.
Yeah, I didn't want to capsize the boat, so I didn't want to use whirlpool.
So
Well,
you can use this to slow the ship, and then we can fly in. People can jump off, and I can feather fall, so they land on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I'll cast my Death Ward before we get too close, and then I'll prepare to cast Control Water when we
And I'll
when we get in there.
mage armor myself and the panther, and I'll cast the invisibility.
You're about 3,000 feet away at the moment, which is a bit over half a mile. Up in the clouds, the only way you could possibly hide is among the clouds. So you're a significant distance away. You're using spy glasses, you've got eagle eyes, great perception checks, all those sort of things. So it's a huge distance at which you've been doing the observation. As soon as you break the cloud line, these guys are probably going to see you, or at least they'll see a dragon or a wyvern or a rock. You know, you see some huge thing in the sky. It doesn't matter what it is; it's going to draw your attention. But at the moment, you figure that they don't know that you're there. As mentioned, you're about 3,000 feet away at the moment. Control water works at 300 feet, so that gives you an idea of just how much space you've got to cover before you reach them. But that's probably the nature of a naval battle, right? I don't imagine that there were many ships out there that stumbled into each other out in the higher seas. They would have seen each other hours before conflict actually erupted.
What's the cloud cover like today, anyway?
Medium.
Can anyone control the weather?
No.
Damn.
Because I think we should get as close as possible, like with cloud cover, and then make a beeline towards them, so you could use your control water. Fine, it's been multiple days. I'll refresh my portal.
True. Yes. Yeah, I guess we just sort of drop as quickly as we can towards them, towards their level. I try to get like the same, as close as we can on the x-axis or whatever, and then just like plummet sort of deal.
You emerge from the skyline at about the distance that you hope to reach them. They see you and they turn at an incredible pace, like a 60-degree pace, like a squid does, not like a ship, but like a squid does. Just turns in a completely different direction and begins darting off faster than you can possibly catch them. So you're in pursuit, but they're a quicker, more agile ship than you. The chances of catching them is basically zero. I might take a short break at this point. I won't be very long. But this is a pretty serious conundrum. You've got a boat that the advantage of being up in the sky is huge. But apart from the terrain advantage, you've got a ship that is slower than theirs, that is less agile than theirs. How are you possibly going to catch them? I'll be back shortly.
It seems like our only option is to upcast fly.
We still have the rock feather.
Oh my god, we need. Or do we save it for the Emirate? But the rock feather is a great idea
Bruh,
right now.
No. Let's not do the Skyrim. Oh, we'll use this later thing because we've done that so many times.
We have.
Let's just use the rock
Let's just use
feather.
it. Let's just use it. That's
How
gonna be done.
fast is
That's
a rock?
fast as fuck, boy.
Faster than a ship for
I think
sure.
it covers like
faster.
over 200 miles in a day, doesn't it?
I'll get the
Something
stats for you.
crazy,
It's very
dude.
quick. It's
120
it ha-
feet around.
Yeah, 120 feet. So if it dashes 240 feet around.
Do we have it? Charm of no.
And I can cast
It's
haste on it.
We didn't sell it, right?
We did not sell it because it was not worth enough for us to
No,
sell.
yeah,
it was worth like fuck all to sell.
It
And I
had
can
so much
cast-
like.
I can cast
advantage.
haste on the rock because I can't cast haste on the ship, so we can go fast.
You can cast haste on Wild or Roz maybe, because
Yeah,
we
I don't
don't
think we'll
we
need
don't
haste. Like
don't
if we
need-
need it, sure, but
yeah.
But
I
I
don't think we'll need the rock to go super fast. It's just got to get to the ship.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's just got to
I
swoop
can
down.
cast the spell more than once. I can do haste more than once.
You can do what you want, but it can't attack or anything either. So you're only just doubling its move speed, which there's probably no need for it. That's what I'm saying. We'll find out, but I think 240 feet around should be faster than that ship.
Okay, found it.
Just summon the rock, jump on, and go after it.
16 miles an hour, or half that if it's carrying over 500 pounds.
But it can't
And
be
this-
over 500. I think rods alone is over 500 pounds.
30 knots.
So 8 miles an hour.
And 30 knots is 55 kilometers an hour. Apparently.
It's a slow rock. Is there a way to turn this ship invisible?
Is there a
Right.
way to blow up the tentacles on the back of that ship that's propelling it?
We can't get anywhere near close enough.
So, can Aradel determine how fast it's going?
Could we use maths and science to determine its speed, Arctique?
Foolish.
Yeah,
said-
sure.
I thought you said about 30 knots before you left or something, didn't you? Or
Yeah,
am I-
that's right. 30 knots.
Our plan, because you weren't here to hear it, is we were going to summon our rock feather, because we had the rock feather that we got all the way at the back of the
It's
start
like
of the
the
campaign.
start of the campaign.
We've never used it. We're like, we'll find a good time, and now's the time. So, and we're hoping the rock will be able to catch up to the ship.
Absolutely. That works perfectly.
It's a big bird. Can we use that to attack? Let's see.
No, it's
I
only.
don't think we could we?
It was only a transport thing.
And can't
Yeah.
attack. There you go. It doesn't mean it can't take other actions such as grapple.
I think that was put in place because it was like it's supposed to be super OP at the point we get it. We just did not use it.
Perfect. That's excellent.
Well, the players
Yeah.
will use this to go to like halfway across the continent in the time we need them to go halfway across the continent, and we're like, now we'll walk.
Not worth it.
So the rock has just enough space to take the party as a kind of strike force. So yeah, it flies alongside the airship. You lower yourselves down onto the rock's back. It flies over to catch up with your prey. If there's any specific tactics that you want to use, then go ahead and do so. But the rock is far faster than the squid. Not quite as agile, but it can fly for days and will
I think
inevitably catch.
the idea is fast and aggressive, so we want to like land we want to like the rock to fly above, and we want to jump off onto the ship.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to dive bomb it, and then we're going to rappel onto it. Do we have lots of ropes each?
We have featherfall.
We're going to
I could
featherfall. We're
do-
just gonna free dive onto it.
Yeah, try and get as close as we can, and then feather fall our way. Sounds good to me.
And featherfall
Brilliant.
up to 5, so I can't do everyone at once. So who's staying on the bird for the circle, like I suppose circle around and do it again? Drop the next load.
Okay, that's great. So you're going. At what point are you feather falling? When they're 60 feet above, or from some
As
higher
close
point?
as the rock can possibly get before like.
Okay,
And I
let's
think
find
my
out.
character will be the one to stay on the rock, because I can cast fly.
Am I casting control water for this as well?
Probably be a
Yeah.
good idea to slow
but-
it down. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want it suddenly turning and us all ending up in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, so rock can fly 240 feet in a turn when it dashes. I'll check out the range on their firearms, whatever they're called, ballista or whatever they are.
Something like that.
Yeah. Swivel mounted ballistae.
Hopefully a rock can take 2 ballista shots.
There's over 200 HP.
Ballista must be listed somewhere else because it doesn't have the stats for ballista here. I'll just double. Oh, there it is. Oh no, that's not it. Shit. So it really doesn't have the stats for it. I guess it's just double the damage of a crossbow. 2d10,
That'd be good.
2d8, whatever it is. 2d10 instead of normal. Okay, so that's fine. But I still don't know the range of it.
With
Maybe
no bottom range. That would make sense. It's like it's on a swivel, right?
find out. Surely ballista is listed. No, it is not listed. I don't know. I'll just use longbow ranges because that makes it easier. 200 to 600. So there is going to be 2 rounds under which you come under fire before you are able to come into range to do your paratrooping maneuver. So I guess we begin by rolling for initiative. And these guys, we start at the 600-foot mark, which is where they start firing at you. And it'll give them 2 rounds to attack at with you.
Ooh, let's put our little tokens down.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm so small.
Bolts of Dagger Dark. What a name.
You should get together with that Blade Master dude.
Edgelord.
Yeah, he'll they can start a band or something, or a family. I don't know. One of the two.
Nat 20. We've had a few 20s tonight.
Roll music.
We haven't even done that much rolling.
What do you want?
Some battle music.
Some little bit of
Battle.
oomph.
Alright.
Thank you.
D29.
Hey, it's the second time I've seen that.
No, second time in a day. Oh no, 24 hours, whatever.
It's like,
Um,
is the Stormlord still wearing his toga?
Or is he lying?
He is. He's still got his the what he was wearing when he was captured.
I might as well sleep forever.
Do we want Luro in this fight as well? Because if we do, I'll play as okay.
Very yes.
The hammer of justice.
Can I change what control water does? I don't know.
Barbarians get advantage to initiative, or am I imagining things? They have a thing, don't they?
Yes.
Yep, found it. Cool.
It should already be an advantage.
It wasn't.
True.
So let us begin. The giant rock breaks the skyline, and the squid immediately darts and turns and tries to get away. But short of diving, there's nothing it can do. The rock is just too fast. They start firing prematurely, but none of the bolts strike. They just fall straight back down to earth. But you've reached the point where they can actually fire upon you. Nap, the bird is 600 feet away from impact. What do you do, if anything?
I just take the dodge action. I don't think there's anything I can quite do at 600 feet away.
Right? Okay. Yep, no worries. So we move on. Wild gold, the same question. Oh no, Luro first. Luro, is there anything you can possibly do?
Luro will just take the dodge action as well.
Yeah, no worries. Wild gold.
Also the dodge action.
Yep, not much you can do, Aradel.
I dance.
You look magnificent.
I did a sprinkler because there's so much water spray going on. That's me.
Panther.
We'll
Obviously.
look Aradel. Well, then, yeah.
And Raz.
See an Aradel dance, or he'll start tapping his foot and hold his action to dodge, I guess.
Livy gets a really big smile on his face.
Does he dance?
He dances.
I have an action. I mean, I'm going to use my Traveler staff to cast Fly on myself.
Because you are not dodging, you are the only target that is worth going for.
They're like, on the ship, they're like, hey, that kobold isn't dodging. They have disadvantage anyway because of the range, don't they?
Precisely.
Like crack shots.
Exactly, they have disadvantage anyway. You're right. But you're not only are you not dodging, you're also unarmored. And you did just cast a spell, making you a prime target for a gentleman named Rule, because he rules.
I'm Rule.
He takes the aim action, which will give him advantage on his strike. It cancels out the disadvantage for the long range, and he fires.
He's a rogue.
He is a rogue. Take it off GM layer.
Pew.
Misses.
17. All right.
It comes
The
close.
arrows. Yeah, it gets buried in the rock's feathers, and you can see that it was covered in a black tarry substance.
Rule.
The cultists, they're at disadvantage at this this extreme range, and they don't have a ballista made up, but I'll make up a ballista for them. It'll only take a moment. Ballista attack. It's ranged 200, 600. The hit is absolutely freaking awful, and it does a reasonable amount of damage, I suppose.
2d10.
2d10, that's right. Okay, so there's 4 bullets. Aradel is the first one, and Roz is the second. Wild Gold is the third, and Nap is the fourth. And I rolled them all with GM layer, so let's do that all over again. Roz, then Aradel, then who was next? Wild Gold, and then finally Nap. All at disadvantage. None of them are going to hit, but they're trying, and we've got to give them points for trying.
They're doing their best.
They're doing their best. So we have the rock dives further to a distance of now 360 feet because it moved 240. Yeah, so the rock's now 360 feet away.
I failed to realize the target of control water. That is, I don't really understand that. Does that mean I can't cast it on the open ocean?
Any freestanding water inside an area. Yeah, the ocean is freestanding water.
Yeah, it was just weird the way it's like a cube. Yeah, I just thought it was like if the body of water is more than 100 feet cubed, you can't do it.
Nah, just the chunk of your control.
Cool.
It goes all Red Sea beyond that, where the water just behaves as normal.
Good to know. Good to know.
Sorry, I suppose I'll just keep dodging until we get close enough.
Sure. All right. Okay, sure. Okay. Someone in robes steps out onto the deck and appears to be casting a spell. Does anyone have counterspell that functions?
We're
at
over 60 feet. No, we don't.
That I'd be just trolling you. I'm sorry. So they cast a spell.
I do it too.
They then go back inside the cover so that they cannot be seen. There's no visible effect. You don't know what they did.
Is the infect invisible? Because I can see invisible things.
You can see invisible things at what range?
It doesn't give a range. I don't think there is one.
You sure? I thought it was 60 feet.
For the duration, you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible. Range,
Was that
self,
really
target, self,
descriptive?
action 1.
Okay. I guess I can't contradict it. I thought it was only 60 feet though.
I think that's a magical item.
True seeing has a range of 120 feet, but see invisibility doesn't have one listed.
Then you will see a wall of force that is in place underneath the rock.
Wait, like
120 feet, so the rock's going to dive straight down, expecting
into it?
to dump you at the 60-foot range, but instead it's going to smash straight into the wall.
I've played this game before. Guess who has disintegrate prepared?
Perfect.
That wizard probably thinks he's so cool, like how he's gonna high five all his mates.
It's like everyone, come back down under the deck. We've done our
We've
work
dealt
here
with
is done.
he's back at the pub and then we used the wall of force. Hadn't seen that one before. Anyway, Luro.
Yeah, Laura will just take the dodge action again.
Brilliant. Gold.
Dodging.
Ardell.
Hold my action to cast redirect flow towards us in the cube in the 100 feet cube of water that they are in when
So-
I get within 300 feet.
So hold your action and then cast the control water when you hit the 300 foot mark. Was that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then I can cast it like centered on them and in a 100 feet cube sort of thing.
Reverse treadmill.
Yeah, reverse treadmill. Yeah,
So
I'll do
Terra
that.
Diablo.
So I will consume the spell slot real quick.
Rosvine Zymoven Esquire.
Dodge.
Alright. There is a darkening shape in the water beneath the squid ship.
Ruh-roh raggy.
Don't rack that.
I think this isn't good. I think first of all we should dispel the wall of force. Like, how far away is it?
120 feet, so 240 feet from where you are now.
And the thing moves 240 feet, so I'll hold my action until we are within 60 feet of it. I'll cast
Excellent
Disintegrate
work.
on the wall of force.
Excellent work. The assassin fires, and when they do, it hits the wall of force. It's a bit of a letdown, and he yells out abusive words at the wizard, calling them an absolute fucking fuckstain that ruined his kill shot. And he is going to murder that wizard once this battle is done. The wizard tells him to get stuffed, kind of, but not quite that kind. Likewise, there's little the cultists can do with their ranged attacks, but they're trying, and we give them points for that. You descend another 240 feet, putting you at the 120 foot mark, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you're at the 120 foot mark now. You disintegrate the wall of force. You create the control water effect, which causes the entire ship to leer and tilt and begin sporadically, erratically moving around, changing direction. We're 120 feet up at this point. Holding on, Nap, or are we, or what's? I don't even know what's going on at this point. Nap.
Sorry, so 100, still 120 feet away from the boat or above it.
I think so, and the bird moves at 240 feet per round.
So
Which
we'll be there
means-
like in the next turn.
Yeah, which means I
Yes,
think you
so.
should hold your action to like jump off.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I just hold my action to jump off when we get above, and everyone else starts jumping off.
Sounds great. That sounds great. Okay. The woman briefly appears again, and when she does, she is glowing with flame. Then she hides because she's real, kind of smart.
Well, she doesn't just stand out in the open and let ice giants throw rocks at her for like 3 rounds.
She's played this game before. All right.
Laura is going to hold his action to jump off as well.
Brilliant. Wild goal.
Same deal.
Ardell.
I'm gonna guess the rock is gonna like sort of fly level with it when we get there. So
Just gonna go straight through the fucking deck, man. Just straight through the
just
storm gate.
boom, like a cartoon hummingbird striking a dartboard.
Yeah.
This rock is a fan of classic tales. It will just land and like eat his liver and fly off.
There we
Yeah.
go. It's the classic move.
As an action on my turn, I can repeat the same effect or choose a different one. I can use flood to create a huge wave. It only capsizes huge or smaller vehicles, which I believe this is bigger, but I'm hoping it'll knock out some cultists on deck.
Take some people over the edge.
Ooh, or
Yeah.
maybe even knock some prone.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. I'll try and do that.
Alright. So what's the DC of your spells normally?
17.
I'll
We
give him a
use the
dex
water to
save.
destroy the water cultists.
They maybe don't. I mean, they're not in a submarine.
I'll give him a dex save at your DC to see how they go. I think that was 8.
Not well.
One passes, I guess.
Wow, yeah, one passes.
And one crit fail. One rolled a 2.
Splash, splash, splash. All splashes. And they begin drowning. But they are soon replaced by other cultists who pour up onto the deck to replace
I
them.
can do this every turn.
It's just like the one cultist who didn't like fall off he was like that guy on the ship, and when he said everyone hold on, they're like, we don't want to do what he said.
That's my turn.
Alright,
Bonus
Le
action dance.
Pantero di Diablo.
I would just hold his action to be part of Suicide Squad.
Excellent, Roz.
Holding his action as well.
Why not? The shadow grows ever darker, Prophet.
I'll take dodge this turn.
I don't like that shadow.
I think that's our big problem this fight.
I think I'm gonna get the Storm King and teleport out of here.
The archer
Imra's
holds
just
his
come to
action.
get us.
Sorry.
Nothing. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
I can also teleport us out if it's too big.
The archer holds his action, and he's just about to fire. The cultist. How far away? 120. That's within range. He'll fire. He picks Nap. Lister into Nap. 6. Well, there's a 6 hit. I don't think so.
Devastating.
And the rock dives to around about a point of about 60 feet. And away we go.
5 people jump at this point, I take it.
Yes.
Who are those people?
Wild is one.
Yes, Wild.
Roz is one. Laura is one.
Nap.
Wild, Luro, Roz, Nap, and Cat. Like, what's his name? Panther?
Panther. Pantera.
That's Featherfall on all of them. Good thing Amadel didn't jump, otherwise we would have had to make some difficult choices.
Right, so think of the order in which you just said that, because I'm rolling a d5 to see who gets targeted by the bow.
I did it left to right from the portraits I see. That would be Panther then?
That's what I thought. Poor Panther. I really hoped it wasn't Panther. Of everyone it could be.
Rest in peace, Panther.
Ooh.
It does not hit. He's got
Hey.
2080.
That's magnificent. I'm so happy.
Glances off his shining armor.
Alright. So you land on the deck, or do you? Because the deck's a little bit lower. If the bird dove to 60 feet and you jumped off at 60 feet, how far does Featherfall fall you?
60 feet, I think? 60
So
feet per round.
you'll fall 60 feet. You'll still be mid-air, 30 feet above the storm giant's body when it's your turn afternoon.
I'm still falling.
Still falling. That's right. You're mid-fall, but you're currently drifting at the moment. But you will fall. You go into free fall very soon.
Is the
This is
mask-
whip the pistol out and shoot at the assassin as I'm just gently falling down.
Excellent.
I mean, 60 feet per round isn't too gentle, is it? Oh,
It's pretty gentle. It's
Ooh. Alright. The
You have
shooting
dropped
makes
your
up for it.
pistol. It falls down, clink, 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 and lands in the boat below you, 30 feet down.
It's 18 meters every 6 seconds.
Yep, that's all I can do.
All right, that's all you can do. The wizard comes out. Hmm. Wild Gold, why don't you go ahead and make a, I think it's a wisdom save, surely? It's charisma. It's a charisma save.
I was gonna say, how far away is the wizard if I see him casting a spell?
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay, never mind.
The wizard.
Oh, that's better.
All right, no worries. They attempt to make you leave this world, but you refuse.
Someone's done that to me before. I can feel that was the same spell.
And you look at me and thank me that I've trained you.
You'll have to be at least as strong as an iron flask to contain this one.
So where would Laura be if she jumped off with a group of Featherfall? Still midair as
Yeah.
well? Like
Yeah,
right there?
basically any way that you want, except you're still 30 feet up in the air, because they dropped you 60 feet from the top deck, and there is no top deck in the center.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Laura will just try and land safely on the ground and then go into a rage.
All right, you'll still be in midair during
Yeah.
your turn because of the speed of Featherfall. So
Okay.
that's just unfortunately that we're all going to end turn in midair.
Okay, it's just a rage.
All right.
Dodge action.
Oh, can I just put myself anywhere over the deck then?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and your pistol is directly beneath you. All right, Wild Gold, you are slowly floating to the ground.
And I'll put the little flying thing on to show them to look a bit above everyone else.
So
Cool.
we're 30 feet above the bottom deck, yes, but how far above the top deck are we?
You are level with the top deck.
And how what's
You're on
the
the
range on
mast.
a whip?
10 feet.
Oh no.
Can I finally use my +2 whip to whip him?
Absolutely.
The
Whip
cat,
good.
as the cat just floats past and gets you in the face.
Bam! Oh my god!
Wow.
No great
Brilliant.
weapon master, no great weapon master, but
Critical hit nonetheless.
is it gonna? Oh, there we go. It's rolled. I wasn't raging either, so that's first one is 13, second one is 10 for 23 points of whip damage. Oh my god, I'm so glad I stole that whip out of that thing.
You lash it around his throat and he begins to choke. Paradise.
Oh boy. I don't know if Prophet's gonna. I'm thinking this boat's pretty decent. Where is that giant shadow?
The northwestern side, I guess. Whatever that side is.
Let me just read my cool spell that I've had fun using right now. God, it's really hard to tell where another part of the spell starts and where the other one ends.
I'll put a black square there. There we go.
Okay, if you can read about halfway down to part water, you cause the water in the area to move apart and create a trench. The trench extends across the spell's area, and the separated water forms a wall to either side. The trench remains until the spell ends, or you choose a different effect. The water then slowly fills the trench over the course of the next round until the normal water level is restored. It doesn't say how deep the trench is, and it doesn't say how wide the trench is, but the length of the trench is the whole cube. So I guess it's the whole cube. So I can go 100 feet down in the water. I'd like to part the water where I see the shadow in a way that won't make the ship fall down the trench.
the form is becomes clear, but the size is so wide that how big was the trench? Did you say?
It doesn't say how wide the trench is, but the length is 300 feet. Oh, it was 100 feet. Oh, let me just read it again. Yeah, it doesn't say how wide the trench is. I guess I can make it as
time,
wide
but
as I want.
I guess you better post it because like I don't understand it.
I was just scrolling up and reading it. I'll post it again. Actually, I'll just copy paste the area that I'm reading, so you
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
a
to
better
read it.
idea.
Let me just find the trench again. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that is this is the part of the spell I'm reading, and this is the target of the spell. So I'm keeping both of those in mind for this.
It's 100 foot on any side. That's what it says initially at the start of the spell.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. And you will reveal the largest octopus.
It's still on
You
the
got a bit
shoulder
big.
of Captain Giant.
An enormous kraken is rising to meet you, and as you part the water from where it is, it takes its reaction to move into deeper sectors.
Don't like that. Not at all. Not
mean,
at all.
I was complaining earlier that I'd run out of magic ink. I guess you should be careful what you wish for.
Does this look like a unique actual kraken, or is it just a big squid?
Probably a fucking garden variety kraken.
I think like all
Sure.
krakens are meant to be unique. Like they none of them look the same because aren't they aberrations or primordials or something? They're like I don't know. They're weird. I don't know if it's a monster or if it's a kraken. Two different things technically. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I can't hold my move to jump off, I guess.
All right.
So I will stay aboard the rock, 60 feet above the ship.
The Panther dodges a near fatal arrow.
He's just falling and he can't do much. He'll just dodge.
He can't do much. Roz, is there much that you can do?
Yeah, so while we were falling, Roz will cast Bless on himself, Wild, and Nap. Whoa.
Truly amazing.
Bet you've never seen that one before.
How fast is like a telepathic communication, like Rary's telepathic bond?
Instant.
I suppose I could if we all stayed on top of like Storm King, we could just teleport away, and then Avadale can just fly away on the rock and like just take the ship back to Morvenhall. Hall.
Leave the Storm King behind.
I mean, we could take him with us with teleport, couldn't we?
So you're gonna get counterspelled.
And could Roz also have tried to aim for here too, where he's
Yeah,
been watching the
absolutely.
wizard go in and out from?
Yeah, no problem. It might work. The teleportation, that is, it might work, but he has to be a willing creature to teleport. I'm pretty sure, and unconscious
sure.
creatures aren't willing.
Okay.
Well, we shall leave it there for the week on Slarkrethal's turn. The giant kraken reaches up and their tentacles go over the edge of the boat, fumbling for their prey in a monumental battle to the death.
Don't like that.
Kraken.
I think staying on the boat on the rock is a good idea. Someone lower the anchor quick.
Just checking. Did we get walk on water cast on us?
Yes,
We did.
We also
Okay.
have Rary's telepathic bond.
Okay.
And a kraken. I'm gonna Google a picture of Slarkrethel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how to spell it. Slarkrethel. Thank you, Google, for telling me how to spell it.
And I think
That's a
Since it
generic
prov-
Kraken.
I guess everyone can say goodbye to Sash.
Goodbye
Sash.
to Sash.
Goodbye,
Good
Sash.
friends. Goodbye.
I found a big mini of a Krackoon, which